Good morning and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. It's such an absolute pleasure to come your way with the best breakfast on television. And this morning, I want you to count yourself blessed because you've made it into the second half of the year. Today is June 1, 2026. We've come a long way from January 1 all the way up to June 1, 6 months and counting. And we owe it all to the grace of God Almighty. We want to say thank you for His mercies, His grace, His divine interventions that have brought us this far. And so this morning we come before Him on bended knees, our arms widespread, our hearts full of gratitude, and we say thank you, Abba Father, for how far you have brought us. We continue to give thanks and praise to God Almighty. And we pray that even us, the same grace that has brought us this far, the same grace will take us to the end of the year and, of course, subsequent years ahead. Let the believers say a big amen and amen. All right, thank you so much for joining us. And as I've said, today being the 1st of June, that should tell you that we've kick-started the City Business Festival. So from now to the end of June, we're going to bring you the City Business Festival. Now, it's a month-long program which aims to equip entrepreneurs, small businesses, and corporate leaders with practical tools to drive growth, innovation, and long-term sustainability. And guess what? This year marks 20 years of promoting business development and entrepreneurship in Ghana. So here's what's going to happen throughout the month of June. The festival will feature daily business discussions across radio, television, and social media, alongside strategy-focused forums, expert interviews, and capacity-building sessions to address key challenges facing businesses. Now, I'll also break it down for you because this year, the festival is structured around 4 thematic areas. So the first week will focus on the foundations of business and enterprise development, examining business formation, sustainability, regulatory requirements, and access to finance. Then we speed into the second week, which will spotlight sectors driving Ghana's economy. This will include agribusiness, energy, manufacturing, industrialization, real estate, and construction. We'll have discussions centered on opportunities, challenges, and investment prospects across all these industries. In the third week, we'll shift attention to personal finance, savings, and wealth creation, and we'll highlight strategies for building financial resilience at both household and business levels. Then in the final week, we'll look at innovation, technology, and the future of work, with conversations focused on digital transformation, productivity, and business competitiveness. So watch out for the conversations around all these 4 thematic areas. We're starting today, Monday, 1st June 2026, 9 a.m. on 97.3 City FM. And we'll have a conversation on starting right, business registration and compliance. And today will be part one. And we'll have the Assistant Chief Company Inspector at the Office of the Registrar of Companies, Frank Opoku Dakon, joining us for this conversation. So be on the lookout for it, 9 a.m. on 97.3 City FM and 11 a.m. right here on Channel 1 Television. The City Business Festival is brought to you by Channel 1 Television and 97.3 City FM in partnership with APSA, and also sponsored by APSA Bank, MTN, Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust. APSA Bank, MTN, Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust. So we'd like to say thank you to these organizations for being part of the City Business Festival. And we're starting today with Starting Right, Business Registration and Compliance Part 1. And we'll have the Assistant Chief Company Inspector at the Office of the Registrar of Companies, Frank Opoku Dakon, joining us. So you tune in to Radio 97.3 City FM at 9 a.m. and you join us on Channel 1 TV at 11 a.m. for the very first edition of our on-air series as part of the City Business Festival 2026. Of course, be on the lookout for our 5-day management boot camp, which is scheduled for June 22nd to June 26th. So this year's festival is a special one, and the aim is, of course, to equip entrepreneurs, small businesses, and corporate leaders with practical tools to drive growth, innovation, and long-term sustainability. It's from today, the 1st of June, all the way to the 30th of June. So join us both on TV and on radio for the City Business Festival. All right, now let's talk about the Blanksons. The Blanksons is an interesting family drama series, quite exciting, but of course, hidden in the excitement, the drama, the suspense, the thrill, and all is, if you like, nuggets to guide or to navigate your way as a family, a typical Ghanaian family. So you have stories around the boy child, the girl child, stories around, if you like, a cheating husband or otherwise, stories around framing and setting up each other, you know, the plan, the plots, the twists, the turns, all of that happens in this wonderful family drama series. And guess what? It's a Channel One TV original. It's a Channel One TV production, and we are excited to bring it to you every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Channel One Television. So we ask that you do make a date every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on Channel One TV for the Blanksons. If you're unable to join us on Thursday evening at 7:30 p.m. for the Blanksons, worry not, because we have repeat slots throughout the entire week, except for Mondays. So on Fridays, well, after we show on Thursdays, after we show a new episode on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m., we'll repeat same on Fridays at 11:30 a.m., Saturdays at 7 p.m., Sundays 4:30 p.m., Tuesdays 3 p.m., and Wednesdays 5:30 p.m. So like I said, every day in the week except Mondays, you get to enjoy this wonderful, wonderful TV drama series titled The Blanksons, a Channel One TV production, a Channel One TV original, and tune in and enjoy. See how the Blanksons navigate their way as a family. All right. Now, let me take you to Fridays and what happens here on Channel One TV at 3 p.m. every Friday. World Cup Central. Do you know how many teams are going to the World Cup? Do you know how many days the World Cup itself will last? Do you know who or which country has won the most trophies at the Mundial? Do you know who will be captain of which team? Have you seen the squad list of the various teams that will be participating in the 2026 World Cup? The countries that will be hosting the World Cup. Is this the first time a 3-country World Cup is happening? Do you want to know the details? Do you want the 411? Do you want the statistics, the data behind all of this? Do you want to know the stories of the various teams and the journey they're embarking onto the World Cup? In fact, you get all of that right here on World Cup Central, the only show that brings you detailed analysis of the statistics behind the World Cup and, of course, the players, the teams, the coaches, and what their performance will look like at the World Cup. So join Gabby Ofair, your host, every Friday at 3 p.m. live on Channel One Television only, and you get to enjoy all the data, the stats, the figures, the stories, and the journeys of the various teams that will be participating in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Jude Duncan, of course, will be in the corner there, and he will be punching at the history behind the various teams and, of course, give you insight into their representation at the world stage and what their performances have been so far in the FIFA World Cup. So join us every Friday, 3 p.m., Channel One Television. It's World Cup Central with Gabby Ofair. Don't miss. Please do make a date and enjoy. This is the biggest stage of world football, and we're bringing you all the 411 behind the teams that will be participating in Canada, USA, and Mexico. Remember that Ghana will be there. We'll play England in Boston on the 23rd of June, and then we'll take on Croatia in Philadelphia on the 27th of June. I bet you didn't have all that detail. So join Gabi Ofair every Friday at 3 p.m. and you get to know what you need to know for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. All right. Now go onto the Channel One News app, the Google Play Store, and download the Channel One News app, okay? The Channel One News app offers you credible, factual, relevant, timely news. So go to the Google Play Store, type Channel One News. Channel One News. You can add the app, and then it pops up. You download, and then you install. And once you do, you have access to the news. And the news spans all sectors. Okay, so I'm talking your politics, your current affairs, your sports, your showbiz, your entertainment, your lifestyle, your culture, general news, food and travel, just name it. Go to Channel One News app and you get all of that there. It's specially curated to not just help you consume the news, but also enjoy it. And so please download the Channel One News app from the Google Play Store. Just type it in there, Channel One News app. It will pop up. You download and then you install, and you have access to all these stories and more. All right, it's time to take you to the newspapers and bring you the various headlines making the dailies this morning. The Daily Graphic is here. Front page says, "Don't leave energy in private hands. It's a major national security issue. PSWU kicks against private participation in electricity distribution." Don't leave energy in private hands. It's a major national security issue. PSWU kicks against private participation in electricity distribution. GRA activates new tax administration platform. MMDCEs to be elected. Current batch last to be appointed. This is according to Cabinet. Okay. Damine Gold invests $250 million in mining equipment. Damine Gold invests $250 million in mining equipment. So that's on the front page. Let's jump to the back page. Barrios shootout heroics power Nations FC to MTN FA Cup success. Relegated side to represent Ghana in Africa. So yes, Nations FC are champions of the FA Cup, MTN FA Cup. And of course, the wonder kid, the super sub, the goalkeeper Hadina Barriou scored one penalty and saved another as relegated Nations FC completed one of the most remarkable acts of redemption in recent Ghanaian football. They defeated Dreams FC 5-4 in that shootout after a 1-1 draw to lift the 2025-2026 MTN FA Cup. So yeah, that's your sports on the back page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. Let me take you to the Ghanaian Times. Ghanaian Times says Ghana secures $500 million World Bank funding. Transforming rural roads and agric sector. Ghana secures $500 million World Bank funding. Saka Homes backs Get Fund initiative with 18.7 million cedis for Achimota School project. Saka Homes backs Get Fund initiative with 18.7 million cedis for Achimota School project. Heath Goldfields unveils $20 million community development plan. Heath Goldfields unveils $20 million community development plan. Africa must build resilient enterprises to compete globally. That's the KGL boss, Alex Dade, speaking there. The story is on page 12 of the Ghanaian Times. Let me go to the back page. Back page says BOP, that's Benso Oil Palm Plantation PLC. BOP invests 107 million cedis in Outgrower Oil Palm project. Farming communities in Sunyai under siege as armed Galamsey operators invade farmlands. Farming communities in Sunyani under siege as armed Galamsey operators invade farmlands. Quite troubling. But that's it for the Ghanaian Times. Let's go to the Daily Guide. Daily Guide says Heath Goldfields unveils $20 million 5-year community development plan. Then you have $250 million investment to transform Damai mine. We must build future bridges. Afoko rallies NPP. Philanthropist constructs 300-bed girls' dormitory for Enchira SHS. And then you have Africa can't remain markets for foreign ambitions. That's Alex Dade of KGL speaking. E-visa and visa-free travel and the future of African integration. So that's a write-up by Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo. So go check it out in the Daily Guide newspaper. Let's go to the Chronicle. Chronicle says enforcement alone can't win Galamsey war. That's according to Ambassador Dr. Samuel Ben Owusu. He is an AU ambassador. Afoko to NPP, move beyond old disputes. Move beyond old disputes. Afoko to NPP. And then you have Kantanka's funeral cloths out. Kantanka's funeral cloths out. Matthew 6:14. For if you forgive others their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. For if you forgive others their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. Matthew 6:14. When you learn the foundation of repentance, your Father in heaven will also forgive you. On the back page, though, we have Amabua tells mining coys, community development should not remain words on paper. Amabua, that's the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, tells mining coys, community development should not remain words on paper. Then you have ECG invest 34 million cedis in Bachona transformer upgrade. ECG invest 34 million cedis in Bachona transformer upgrade. So that's the Chronicle newspaper for today. Let's go to the Herald. The Herald. Cabinet walkout, premature campaigns trigger Mahama and NDC elders crackdown. Cease and desist order served on presidential hopefuls. So cabinet walkout and premature campaigns trigger Mahama and NDC elders crackdown. Cease and desist order served on presidential hopefuls. Atewu, Queen Mother's murder traced to deep-rooted chieftaincy and land conflicts. KGL Group Chairman pushes for African business giants to lead economic growth. Prison Service announces probe into inmates' involvement in murder. GBC implicated in 580 million cedis All-African Games rot. Awarded broadcast deals without contracts. $4.96 million revenue opportunity lost. Asibe Yeboah warns of declining trust in political leadership. Okay, so that's about it for the Herald newspaper. Let's go to the News Center. The News Center. Damai gets $250 million equipment upgrade. First batch of 52 new equipment delivered to site. Damai gets $250 million equipment upgrade. First batch of 52 new equipment delivered to site. MMFL, so that's the Mobile Money Fintech Limited, to support 600 SMEs with business growth training. 1,009 killed in 4 months in road crashes in 2026. Now that's serious. If you're not troubled by this, I don't know what else will trouble you. Minority slums diluted anti-LGBTQ plus bill as defeatist. Minority slums diluted anti-LGBTQI plus bill as defeatist. So that's the News Center newspaper. The Custodian is here. Custodian says, Osahene is man of resilience. Asibe Yeboah eulogizes minority leaders' diligence. Minority exposes NDC dishonesty on anti-LGBTQ plus bill. Edubuahin trial. AG and Iyoko ordered to release concealed material evidence. Africa must build competitive businesses. That's Alex Apaudade of KGL speaking there. Kenkaku Aka III backs Mahama's call for reparatory justice. And then you have customized clothes unveiled to honor Apostle Kwadwo Safo. That's the custodian. Let's go to the new publisher. New publisher says, no more begging, no more bailouts. Finance Minister declares. No more begging, no more bailouts. Finance Minister declares. Transport fares up 20%. Fuel prices rise. Well, we know there's a scheduled meeting between the ministry and transport operators today. Let's see how that pans out. KGL chiefs challenge to Africa. Stop being a market for others' ambitions. Paul Afoko rallies MPP. Stop settling old scores. So that's the new publisher. Let's go to the Ghanaian publisher now. Furious Osahene blast majority over LGBTQ plus dishonesty. And that's in quote. Furious Osahene blast majority over quote LGBTQ plus dishonesty. Africa must deliberately build business moguls. That's according to Alexa Powdade of KGL. E-visa system. Jinapor hails Akufo-Addo's role. Adubuahin trial. Court orders AG to release withheld evidence. And you have the Kantanka story also here on the front page of the Ghanaian publisher. The Republic Press. Republic Press says Brian makes case for teachers, warns against over-reliance on AI. Brian makes case for teachers, warns against over-reliance on AI. That's Dr. Brian Echampong, former Minister for Food and Agriculture. Haruna fumes over bail abuse, fires at police, Iyoko and courts. Raising African business champions must become deliberate continental agenda. Again, Alexa Powdade speaking there. Transport fares up by 20% effective June 2. When you go to the eastern region, police arrest wanted suspect over fatal cutlass attack in Poponya. And then Heath Goldfields unveils $20 million development plan for Bogoso Pristia communities. All that and more in the Republic Press. Let's go to the Inquisitor. Inquisitor says, Publican AI project. GRA rakes in 1 billion Ghana cedis as customs revenue in April 2026. Africa can't remain market for ambitions of others. Executive Chairman of KGL Group, Alex Powdade, speaking there. TCDA, that's the Tree Crop Development Authority CEO, leads strategic deal with Russia's Golden Forest to develop Ghana's share industry. NPA urges fuel consumers to demand receipts and verify purchases made. So that's the Inquisitor. The Informer. The Informer says early presidential campaigns divide NDC, but Defiant Mosquito says lie snubs cabinet over thank you tar. Okay. Deployment of AI system, GRA to bag more revenue in May. Afenyo Markin demands permanent Momo fee ban. Africa must build own businesses. KGL boss tells CEO summit. LGBTQ plus passage. Catholic bishops call bluff of West. Ghana can't survive without them. And then you have the transport fares also in this issue of the Informer. Today newspaper, Indum signals GN savings launch. Parliament okays anti-LGBTQ plus bill. Cameron Dodu demands stricter journalism standards. Sekondi Central Prison faces imminent jailbreak due to flooding. So that's the Today newspaper. Let's do some business stories on the front page of the B&FT, Business and Financial Times. Tax regime more data-driven and enforcement-focused. Heath Goldfields rolls out $20 million 5-year plan to transform Bogoso Pristia communities. Telecel kicks off nationwide network expansion drive for stronger connectivity. Government targets 3,000 megawatts power expansion by 2030 with industrialization-driven agenda to increase demand. So that's the B&FT, Business and Financial Times. Let's go online quickly. Channel1newsonline.com. Channel1newsonline.com. And some of the stories we have this morning. Mahama speaks on... so he says officials who approve construction... so there's a clarification to this particular story. The president spoke about construction around waterways across the country and cited the Wager area and what is happening there due to the spillage as an example. So in the story, he's referring to officials who approve construction near waterways across the country. the entire country. All right, Ablekuma West MCE dares developers to show permits after demolition. Infrastructure challenges threaten progress at Dankwaman SHS. Government will not sponsor funds to 2026 World Cup. That's according to the President, John Dramani Mahama. Again, he says xenophobic attacks undermine Africa's integration. And he was speaking at a town hall meeting in London yesterday. Foreign national killed in Cape Coast road crash. Ghana begins visa waiver talks with Czech Republic. Beverly Afaglo refused medication, believing God would heal her. That's according to the late actress's brother. Bosheba FM restores transmission after devastating fire. Wager flooded not caused by dam spillage. That's according to the Ghana Water Limited, Mahama in London for investment, trade, diaspora engagements. 20% fare increase necessary. That's according to CATS International. Let me jump to City Newsroom real quick. CityNewsroom.com. Refund stolen funds or go to Nsawam prison. Mahama warns audit offenders. Abosokai dealers reject spare parts at cost claims behind fare hike. Okay, so Abosokai dealers reject spare parts cost claims behind fare hike. 2026 City Business Festival begins today, marking 20 years of promoting entrepreneurship and innovation. Tell TikTok partying ministers to visit constituents. UK-based Ghanaian to Mahama. Fuel cost, spare parts, driving transport fare increases. That's according to Samson Ahi. South Africa's unemployment crisis not caused by migrants. That's according to Mbeki. Submit audited accounts or lose your job. Mahama warns SOE heads. So you get details of these stories and several others. Go to citynewsroom.com or visit channel1newsonline.com. But stay with us here on Channel 1 Television. This is Breakfast Daily. We'll return shortly with the news review segment.
June is for business here at City FM and Channel 1 TV. This June, the ideas get bolder and the future of Ghanaian business takes center stage. Welcome to the City Business Festival 2026. For the entire month of June, 97.3 City FM and Channel 1 TV bring together the thinkers, builders, innovators, and dreamers shaping the future of enterprise in Ghana. From powerful business fora that spark meaningful conversations to insightful on-air discussions with industry leaders and change makers, to stories of resilience, innovation, and ambition from Ghanaian entrepreneurs. This is more than a festival. It is a movement of ideas, strategy, and impact. Whether you're starting small, scaling big, or simply dreaming of your next breakthrough, the City Business Festival is your platform to learn, connect, and grow. Join the on-air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM and at 11 a.m. with a repeat at 6 p.m. on Channel 1 TV. This June, let's challenge businesses. Let's refine ideas. Let's create impact. Call 0205-973-973 for further details. City Business Festival 2026, driving ideas into impact. The City Business Festival 2026 is powered by 97.3 City FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Absa Bank, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN, Zondatech Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel 1 Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
that teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issue.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
This is where stories rise, where strength speaks, and legends are born. Out of hundreds of entries, they emerged as the 10 Channel 1 community legends of the 2026 cohort.
You're 14 years, you're among, people who are...
My name is Daisy Mina Entry, 32.
Is someone who is from Western North, Sefi Adofwa.
We have it that wherever you travel to, home is home.
10 Channel 1 community legends, 10 powerful journeys, one platform to inspire a nation, from hustle to impact, from struggle to success. Watch them tell it all.
in a place where almost nothing is available.
I have a foundation called Grace on Duty Foundation.
Whatever they are going through is part of the struggle. That should even give them the motivation to learn.
Because I'm a game changer wherever I go.
The Channel 1 community legends, next level stories, real people, real power, real glory. Stay tuned and be inspired only on Channel 1 TV.
Hello there. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. It's time for the news review segment. We get to have a conversation on some topical issues. And of course, we're excited to extend an invitation to you to join us with your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. You can do so via text. The WhatsApp number is on your screens. Send us a message. We'll do our best to read it on the show. Alternatively, go to Facebook or YouTube where we're streaming live. Drop a comment there and we'll read it right here on the show. But let me say good morning to the gentlemen in studio this morning, and then we can begin the conversations. Elvis Darko is seated to my right. He is the editor of the News Center newspaper, as well as the web portal or news portal, newscenter.com. Elvis, good morning. It's good to have you. Seated next to him is Mr. Seth Ofori. He is a former director of communication for the late, he was then candidate Professor John Evans Atta Mills.
It kept changing. I was his press secretary.
Press secretary to the late John Evans Atta Mills. Mr. Ofori, you're welcome. It's good to have you. And then we have Ibrahim Ejay, of course, a regular on the show. He's the resident country director for International Investments LLC. Ibrahim, good morning.
Good morning. Assalamu alaikum, Aki.
Wa alaikum salam.
Wonderful.
But why didn't you give him his political tag?
Well, he's a member of the NPP.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they know that. That's like asking where's the butter and the bread. They go together.
A new person will not know.
Sure.
Just as Mr. Ofori is a member of the NDC.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anyways, we have a lot to chew on this morning, so let's get straight into it. Parliament has passed the anti-LGBTQI plus bill. There was not an opposition to the passage, but to some amendments in the bill by the minority. The minority believes that the bill has been diluted. Ibrahim, I'll start with you on this. Has it been diluted with the amendments that were made?
A very good morning to you.
Good morning.
For Seth and Elvis as well, and to our viewers and our listeners. Has it been diluted? The answer is yes. Let me explain. Yes, because there's been, let's say, clarification of areas of the Constitution where there was ambiguity. as I understand it.
Right.
Clause 9 is what I'm referring to specifically. Because what the bill sought to do was to criminalize, firstly, LGBT activity, the promotion thereof. And what it did was that it talked about, I'm talking clause 9, it talked about if, for example, a lawyer was representing somebody, the fact that you're representing somebody engaged in an illegal act, so alleged, then you too would fall liable for that. Likewise, a medical officer. Attending to somebody with, let's say, issues related to sexual activity of a person conducting or engaging in homosexual acts. I think one of them was called like a rectal tear. You, just by providing that service, are then culpable to the act. And likewise, if you're, I think there was another one that was mentioned, the media. Lawyers, the media and lawyers as well. You are representing somebody who has a case, then by definition, per the non-clarification of clause 9, you are now culpable to the law. And so that area was, as I said, because I wanted to answer your question directly, was diluted but clarified.
Right.
Okay? Because if I say no, straight away another person can say, oh yeah, Ibrahim, hold on. It hasn't been diluted means to change. Often to either, of course, make it watered down, if you will. You know, but dilute just means to add something, mix it up, and lessen it, generally. But here, the lessening was the clarification that was not there. So that's the issue there. Yes.
Very
Next
well.
question.
Very well. So, I mean, if you had passed, or no, not passed, signed, if Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo had signed the bill as it was in 2024, would we have gotten here?
Yes. Gotten here as in...
with these concerns that we're raising.
Every act is subject to revision.
True.
I mean, you can... America had a constitution, has what is it? 14 amendments or 24 amendments. Nothing is set in stone. As societies evolve, as people's opinions change, acts can change or be reformed. So what should have happened? President Akufo-Addo should have signed the bill, assented to it, in I think it was February 23rd or something of 2024. Because Act 106 of the Constitution gives the president 2 options in terms of constitutional process. 2, not 3 or 4, 2. What are the 2? When Parliament, who represent we the people, we 38 or 39 million Ghanaians, pass a bill, you, the president, have 7 days from the bill being presented to you to assent to it or to veto it with reasons. That's Act 106, 7. There is no option. Constitutionally, you do not have the right to present the bill from being presented, which is what happened. When Nana Benito Asante wrote to the clerk of the parliament stating that because of pending court cases, in the Latin they call it lis pendens, L-I-S, then pendens is P-E-N-D-E-N-S. If there's a court case for which the view would impact a certain bill or act, then you can wait. But Act 106 doesn't afford the president that luxury. It doesn't. And secondly, what we also did, which was wrong, was to prevent the clerk from even submitting the bill. That was unconstitutional, which led to Abeng Bagbin at the time, Speaker then at the time, saying, if you're going to do this, I will order 1,000 classrooms. And somebody then goes to the Supreme Court and saying, no, those classrooms we feel would somehow endanger the environment. That means, given this scenario that happened last year, 2024, every bill will be held hostage. Every bill.
By a court suit.
By a court suit. Let the courts do their work. The courts can work even after you've assented or indeed vetoed with reasons. You know, you were asking me earlier, you know, can things change? Can we be here? And I said, yes, every act can indeed...
Subject to revision.
Subject to revision. Do you know when bestiality, that's sex with animals, was banned in Germany? 2012.
Right.
Sex with animals. Why am I bringing this in? Because there's some tie-ins about our rights within the international organizations, human rights and what have you, as signatories. And we are somehow infringing upon the rights of certain minorities. In Netherlands, a bill to ban sex with animals was introduced in 2007 and then passed in 2010. I'm citing these European countries who somehow we fear of withdrawing financial support. So if these same countries had an agenda to say that we want Africa, Asia, South America, and the Americas to allow sex with animals, because they were doing it, would we have said, oh, Charlie, unless we allow our people to have sex with animals, we're going to lose this funding? I'm just pivoting. I'm adding this to this conversation, though we have not reached there yet, to drive home a point that I think many of us have made. Ghana, indeed Africa, humanity must never be held hostage to immoral acts or things that are so against the normal order of things. Yeah. I mean, what do you call it? A natural carnal knowledge, isn't it? As we know. These things, and sometimes we want to decouple God's laws from human laws. And when you do that, that's when you get into this area whereby you have some countries, Netherlands and Germany, allowing all this while bestiality to be, it was in a grey area, but it was allowed. The UK was different. The UK under Henry VIII, 1533, again, it was not a Sexual Offences Act as it's captured now, but back then, 1533, it forbade buggery, okay, and unnatural, what do you call it, sexual acts, you know. And so I'm putting the UK separately from what was pertaining in Netherlands and Germany. But what I'm driving home, Nanatu, for is this. Until and unless, because there'll be some proponents ready to say, how did we pass the LGBTQ bill? Again, it's yet to be assented to. We're waiting for President Mahama to do the right thing and sign it. Let's wait and see. He's given assurances that he will. But again, let's wait and see. We've been down this road before. The point I was making is that until and unless we as Africans, and I say that we as humans, we must never, ever allow ourselves to be held hostage. You know, because as I say, others will come online and saying that, hey, we are now, what are we going to do? Financial institutions are going to withdraw. So let them withdraw aid. So-called aid, in inverted commas. Aid that you never stop paying for. They rather need you. Like I said, you know, a loan shark always wants you to be poor, to keep borrowing from them. Your landlord, I mentioned last time, never wants you to have your own home, always renting. The so-called Bretton Woods institutions don't want us to actually leave their ecosystem. They want us to always be begging. So why would you even consider, you know, the fact that they give you some money to devalue your traditional, cultural, moral, and religious rights? Because United, I'll end here. I know my colleagues will come out. I know I'll have a second bite. United Arab Emirates. Homosexuality is banned. Qatar. Saudi Arabia. Are they not doing big business? With the Bretton Woods institutions? Well, not them, but you know, let's say when we say the Western world, we know by Western we mean the Caucasians. Sometimes Western is such a euphemism. When they say Western, I lived in the UK since I was 5. You'll never see me as a Western person, alhamdulillah. African. So we
kept your roots.
Yes. So we must never somehow be fooled into somehow debasing ourselves, our morals, our culture for some chicken change. Which rather we should do our best to do ourselves. And if they won't trade with us, then why are they trading with UAE? Why are they trading with Saudi Arabia? Why are they trading with Kuwait? And so on and so forth. So I'll end here, and I'm sure I'll come back for another bite.
Mr. Ofori, what do you make of the minority stance on this bill?
Oh, well, I think Afenyo Makin spoke a lot about it. He's not happy that he thinks the bill has been diluted. And the three aspects, giving some freedom to lawyers, medical practitioners, and the media to perform their duties as far as freedom is concerned. He has a challenge with it. I think he's gotten it wrong. That challenge is something that we should address in signing the bill. It's something that journalists have expressed concern, lawyers have expressed concern, medical practitioners have expressed concern. So as a listening political party, as a listening party in government, our legislators thought it wise to introduce that aspect into the bill. And I think it goes a long way to make sure that the bill meets the realities of the day. Yes, we are protecting our culture. We are making sure that our culture is not diluted. At the same time, we must look at certain freedoms that allow certain sections of the public to do their work.
With all the arguments that we've heard, especially as Ibrahim mentioned, threats to donor support and grants and all that, do you think John Dramani Mahama as president will sign the bill into law?
Well, he has indicated that when it's ready, he will sign. But you see, this issue, Ibrahim introduced the donor thing. Yes, I know behind the scene there is pressure sometimes on some of these things, I mean, public comments. But from Mills' era, we've been able to stand up to these pressures, especially the NDC when we are in government. We've demonstrated clearly that we are committed to promoting our own culture, but not foreign culture. And we don't entertain such pressures. In diplomacy, it will come. But there are subtle means and subtle ways of handling situations of this nature. And looking at global politics and same-sex issues, I think let me say, the world, I don't know whether I should use democratic or greatest country, United States of America, under President Trump doesn't support some of these issues. And it's also brought down that pressure because Trump will not endorse it.
Yeah, but he hasn't passed the law to stop it.
Yes, but his pronouncement, Trump's administration will not call the Flagstaff House and say, because you've approved or the president has signed, we are not going to do A, B, C, D. He's not going to come, you know. And most of the time, I think it's the Democrats who have some of these ideas in their mind and try to put subtle pressure. The European Union will also make attempts to put some pressure. But as I said, these are behind the scene issues. You understand? And diplomacy is at work trying to handle all this. But as we speak, there is no threat of withholding any assistance to Ghana. We've addressed all the human rights concerns, and at the same time, we've made sure that our culture stands as it is.
Before I go to Elvis on what has changed in the new bill, let me find out from you how we guard against abuse. Already, we've seen how certain section of the society reacts to persons who seemingly appear as such. So how do we guard against the abuse when this bill is signed into law?
Oh, I don't know what is on the ground after the passing or the signing of the bill by the president, but I think institutions like NCCE should have a small educational package for us that, look, we've passed this law. This particular practice is anti-Ghanaian, though it's sort of trying to cut across certain aspects of society. Yes, don't take personal action to deal with people. You don't take the law into your own hands. You rather report such persons to the police for the law to take its course. But a very difficult aspect of this also is that when two people are in the room, you don't know what they are doing, and you cannot just enter into somebody's room. You understand? So it's going to be difficult. You can suspect someone for being gay, but as to whether it's true or not, unless you are in the room. So I'll tell those who are against or who wants to take action against, then should be very careful. You can report, the police will do its own investigation, the CID or the police intelligence, and then the law will take its course. Yeah.
Very well. Elvis, what has changed to warrant the minority describing the law as defeatist and, or if you like, diluted, the Clause 9 especially?
Well, I think the minority just made a simple point that bill that was passed, the reservation of Akufo-Addo was that he believes that portions in that bill really will infringe on other people's their rights. So he can't sign the bill in the form it was. And the minority in the opposition, they used it against Akufo-Addo. So the minority position is that if you believe that what Akufo-Addo did not sign was fit for purpose, you should have passed the same thing for Mahama to sign. There will be no need for change. Because Akufo-Addo didn't sign because he believed that there has to be changes. And you said there shouldn't be any changes. He should sign it in that form. So why then did you now go and make change? So that is the hypocrisy the minority is talking, which is fair criticism. That if Akufo-Addo says, I will not sign because I think portions of it
should be changed.
And you at that time said, no, nothing needs to change in the bill.
Sign
and
it the way it is.
Then if you are in power now, just present the same thing to your president to sign so that we know that on principle you are saying the same thing. But for you to come and then now go and do the same thing that Akufo-Addo has said, that there ought to be changes. You now have gone to do those changes before passing it. That means that you are not being principled.
So that's the hypocrisy on the side of the majority, of course, which was minority then.
That's the point.
But the minority now, when was majority, wanted those changes.
Yes.
So if the changes have been effected today, what is their concern?
So they are concerned.
So you see, that's hypocrisy on their side.
Yes,
too.
but they say that you use it for political advantage. Okay? Their pain is that the NDC uses it for political advantage. So if you use the political advantage to get the votes you want, then you don't have to change anything. Okay?
Although we wanted it changed then.
They suffered for it.
Right.
So then you to send the same to President Mahama to sign.
So it's about the two of them and not Ghanaians.
It's about the positions. The minority, the majority then says changes have to be done. They are standing their position. But you use it against them. That is because they support LGBTQ. That's why they are saying there has to be changes. You said because they support it, that's why they are president at the time they didn't sign it. So their position is that fine. You use it and you gain political capital. So if you come, they didn't expect that you will go and now do the very changes they were asking for, what you said was needless. You understand it?
Yeah.
When they were asking for those, you said it was needless. And use it against them during campaign because the campaign was heated. So if you come, stand by your position that there was no need for any change and carry the same thing and give it to the president to sign. So it's a matter of principles. You understand it? So for me, if the minority today is holding the majority or is giving, they are accusing them, they are right to do so because they said that this thing we need changes in it. Akufo-Addo said he wants his attorney general to actually go through the thing and make the necessary changes before passage. They said it is needless. You understand it? Then you come, they go and set up a parliamentary committee now to go and do all the changes that the previous government was talking about. You go and do so many changes, and now you go and pass it and say they should be applauded for it. You understand? So it's a matter of principle. It's a matter of saying that if I say A today, tomorrow I must still be saying A. I can't say A today because it favors me. And then when tomorrow it doesn't favor me, I say, no, the A I said I've changed it to B. That is the position of the current minority. And I think we should all understand it that way. And the point is that, see...
Just a second.
This bill we all know that obviously anything that is criminal is criminal. But if an act is criminal, you don't go ahead also criminalizing all kinds of things around it. Murder is a crime. But when you commit crime, murder, and you go to court, you can't afford it. The state is bound by law to actually give you a lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay? So if the state is bound to give you a lawyer in a criminal case, it means that even if you are arrested for LGBTQ activities and you can't afford a lawyer, the state
will
is
provide
bound to
you a
give you
lawyer.
a lawyer. So is the state going to criminalize the lawyer itself is going to provide for the person?
Right. So these are the clarifications.
So you understand? So would the state say, because LGBT is criminal and now you are caught in it, we will not give you a lawyer? What the Constitution says, the person is entitled to a lawyer. If the person can't afford, the state must provide a lawyer. But if the same law is criminalizing that any lawyer who defends that person is also liable, then how is the state going to assign a lawyer to the person? So clearly, the bill needs some few changes in terms of the other people that they are criminalizing. But it became a political issue. And at the end of the political season, the NDC benefited. And then now they come to power and they said, no. We think that this same thing that now we have to mix up, we have to accept this changes and do it. So for me, I'm happy that at the end of the day, we have the bill passed. I foresee that the moment President Mama signed it, I foresee Supreme Court cases going on to challenge.
But you see him signing
the legality. Oh yes, if he signs it, people will go to court.
Yeah.
If the court shoots it down, it will now come back to the Attorney General, and that all the process will start. Before the law actually becomes the one that is all nobody will challenge, maybe we are in the 2028 election. That's how I foresee the whole strategy around this whole thing. So I will not be surprised if tomorrow President Obama adds signature or you see law suits at the Supreme Court left and right saying this aspect is unconstitutional, this one is unconstitutional, and if at the end of the day the Supreme Court shoots it down, and then the public pressure will come back, and then what will happen? We'll say, okay, now you should go back to the Attorney General's department, then we'll go back and forth. Finally, we'll pass it again, and then he will sign again. That is possible. For me, for now, the people I want to hear from is not largely about the minority.
Yeah.
It's about the various religious groups who all attacked the previous government for not signing. Because the previous government position was that they think changes must be made. Now the changes have been made. I want to hear from those religious groups and all kinds of people.
Or at least the Catholic Bishops' Conference has spoken.
For them to let us know whether they agree with the changes, not the passage, whether the changes that have been made before it has been passed, the new bill that has been passed. Do they agree with the changes? If they agree with the changes, then what were they saying at the time that somebody was also talking? So me, for now, the politicians, they will do their politics. But for me, the voices I want to hear on this issue about the change will be the religious bodies. What is their position on the changes that have been made to the bill now? Do they agree or they don't agree? For me, that is where the issue is.
Right.
Because they made capital of this issue. I support the passage of the bill. I don't think that we need to do politics with something that we are all saying that need to protect our family values. You understand it? So I subscribe to the bill that we need to ban this thing. Because as I said, if I'm sitting here, because somebody gave birth to me, if two men decide to have an affair, I already have been born. So anybody who is supporting that thing has a mental problem. For you, the person who has given birth to you, are saying that man and woman, a man and man, a woman and woman, would you have been born to be here and talking when it's a man, a woman, a woman? Would you have been born? So anybody that supports this thing to me has a mental problem. That is my position.
Right.
So me, I support the bill. But I want to hear from the various religious groups as to the changes that have been made to the bill. What do they make of the changes? Do they now agree or they disagree? I want to know so that I can ask them questions. If they agree, then what were they saying when it was the previous government? If they disagree, then they'll be on principle. Then they should tell the current government that the bill that they disagree with the changes and that the bill should go back to Parliament to go back to the way it was.
The original version.
Before it was given a question, they should go back and change it and change to that. Then the religious group will be on principle. But if they keep mute and President Mama signed this bill, then they are not principle religious people. Then they are not principle religious people.
But you can give them the benefit of hindsight.
No. Which benefit of the doubt?
Benefit of hindsight. Now they've said
that is why I'm saying I want to hear from them. And that's what I'm saying. If
right.
I'm saying if. That's what I'm saying. That I want to hear their position on the changes that are made to the bill. When I hear their
do you
position,
approve of the changes?
Then I will take them on.
Do you approve of the changes?
I approve. As I said, if the law of Ghana mandates that if you are arrested in a criminal offense and you can't afford a lawyer, the state is mandated to give you a lawyer. LGBTQ, as we have criminalized with a criminal offense. So it means that the state itself is bound to give anybody that is arrested a lawyer if the person can't afford a lawyer. Will the state now go and prosecute its own lawyer that is giving the person to go and defend the person?
Right.
So clearly, there are aspects of the thing, clearly at the time, makes no sense. For instance, as we are talking about it here, do you know that we can all be arrested for talking about this issue? Because by the new bill that they passed, and somebody can interpret it that the fact that we are talking about it means that we are encouraging it. So they can come and arrest all of us to go and put in right now that we are encouraging LGBTQ. Do you understand it? That is the state of the law. No, that was the position of the law. That if you discuss, that's what the media was brought in. That even the media is
advocacy, propaganda.
So now that we are discussing it, the possibility is that we can even be arrested. All of us
for discussing it.
The fact that we are discussing
it. Yeah, but it's not been signed into law yet. There's no law yet. But let me hear from Mr. Ofori.
Nana, you see, we've all made submissions on this matter. I think we all agree that same-sex is not a good thing and it's anti-Ghanaian. But if you listen to Elvis, the main worry of the minority is the politics of it.
Right.
That it was used against them in the 2024 election.
Do you agree that it was used against them?
I will not say that. It was an issue of culture. Ghanaians followed the discussion. We had our position.
But at the time, played to the political advantage of one party.
Well, if there is a debate, a major debate, and it's been discussed, it's in Parliament all over. We took a position that we think is very Ghanaian. And the MPP were playing with the Ghanaian culture. For example, what my good friend is saying, Nana Addo didn't come out plainly. Then unless I didn't hear that, oh, I have 1, 2, 3 reservations on the bill. So let it go back and let's see whether it can.
That's the veto with reason.
You understand? He didn't do that. He was rather.
He didn't read the Bediatio letter to the Parliament.
It is.
The Bediatio long letter to Parliament stated the portions of the bill that
needed to be changed. That is why I said unless I didn't hear. Okay.
Yeah, but I
used a caveat. Now, if you are a president and at least receive it like
by law.
By law, you have to receive it and then make your recommendation. What Santi Bediatio wrote, in one way or the other, doesn't stand. He's a lawyer of high repute, but it doesn't stand. There is a procedure.
He had no locus to do that letter.
Are you with me? So the cry of it, they should just admit that they had technical challenges in the administration. We went very Ghanaian. They were a bit, I won't say anti-Ghanaian, but were playing with the Ghanaian culture vis-a-vis pressure from.
But are you no longer Ghanaian?
Who?
The NDC.
Is it?
You said you went Ghanaian then,
yeah, we are
and you
Ghanaian.
wanted the bill signed then, in the form that it was then.
What I told you, or my earlier submission, I said we are a listening government. We still criminalize same-sex. But we created a room where concerns has been raised in terms of freedom and the right to duty, lawyers, medical practitioners, and journalists.
So all acts should be consistent with the 1992 Constitution
Ghanaian.
and the freedoms enshrined in there.
We respect the opinion of Ghanaians, and we took all into consideration in this, if I should use the word revised, bill. And I don't think, for example, you are saying that he is going to, he's waiting to hear from the religious leaders. What has changed?
A lot, actually.
Is it the freedom of it? Is it for your own trade as a journalist? Are you worried about that? No, I'm asking.
But they wanted the bill signed then, in the form that it was.
Of course.
Did they not read the bill before asking that it signed the way it was?
Look. Every document, every policy document, before it comes out, every legislature, you do backroom negotiations, sometimes public, sometimes backroom, to arrive
Were they
something that
consulted?
will serve the people that you represent.
Because I remember there were some public hearings even before the formulation of that bill.
Yes, and I'm saying that, look, what we have passed and what the Parliament of Ghana has passed took into consideration the Ghanaian culture, took into consideration concerns of identifiable groups. Okay.
Who appeared before the committee made submissions. So the committee knew then that if such a group should appear before them, the bill as it was then could criminalize them or hold them liable for advocacy.
Let me ask you, the last parliament, there was more or less a balance, okay,
True.
in terms of representation.
The numbers, yeah.
Why couldn't the majority push theirs through?
The balance you just mentioned of.
Yes.
Will not allow them to
then,
push it through.
No. It can come up, okay? I mean, the truth is they didn't come with any serious alternative in terms of polishing that bill. They were just interested in the politics, hey, president, so on, signing, that kind of thing. No,
Right.
but in legislative duties, no, you have to put up strong arguments. You have to write it. You have to raise it on the floor. You have to submit it for it to be discussed. And that is what our members did. And also don't forget that this is a new parliament. It is not the other parliament.
Right.
Mahama Yariga is
now
now
leader.
the leader. He was not a leader.
Haruna was leader then.
Yes, we have new members of parliament from the NDC side who believes some level of freedom should be given to people. So when you are doing the comparison, or if you're doing a comparative analysis, he's getting it wrong because it's not the same parliament. It's a new parliament.
But the
matter of
passed
principle.
The bill. That parliament
Come
passed
again.
the bill.
Yes.
That parliament,
And this
both
is-
majority and
and-
minority,
and-
passed the bill.
You see,
unanimously
no,
passed
no,
that
no,
bill.
You see, you are
Okay.
making a
The
comparative
NDC
analysis.
didn't object to anything in that bill in parliament. It's the parliamentary answer is that the records are there. The NDC representation in parliament
yes.
fully backed that bill.
Yeah.
Of course.
Just as MPP fully backed
Backed
that
that
bill.
bill.
So there's no ambiguity as to whether the parliament was in favor of that bill at that time or not.
It
So
was,
that
but the
argument
president did
doesn't
not
change.
sign. President Akufo-Addo
I
did
agree
not
with
sign.
him when
Yeah.
he says President Akufo-Addo's handling of the issue. I agree with both of them. There is some loophole there. Yeah, the law says if there's a bill passed by Parliament and the President doesn't want to sign it, he has to write reasons why he thinks he won't sign the bill. But there's nowhere it is stated that the President should tell Parliament that the bill should not be transmitted
to him.
You understand it?
Yeah.
Now, I've never read
Yeah.
anywhere that the President can stop a bill
Parliament from
Then
transmitting
you
a
can
bill.
write to the Parliament and say, because of ABC, this bill, I
cannot sign.
So I think the letter they wrote to Parliament, where they got it wrong was the instruction that they shouldn't transmit the bill to them. I think the smartest way would have been they wrote to Parliament and said, we think we have this issue. We have received the bill, but we have forwarded to the Attorney General's Department to rework on it and come up with the version that government think should be the best. But they haven't done that. They rather said
Don't transmit.
Parliament shouldn't transmit. And that is where I think that
The problem
the
is,
Akufo-Addo administration got it wrong with the way they went about it. But writing to Parliament is a legal requirement that if a law is passed and a president thinks that there's a reason why he won't sign it, he's supposed to inform Parliament why he think he can't sign that bill. You understand? So Akufo-Addo's handling of the issue, truth of the matter is that they got it wrong by instructing Parliament that the bill should not be transmitted to them. If they had accepted the bill and then wrote to Parliament and said, after reviewing the bill, we think portions A, B, that's as Nana Asante did the reasons, so the president is not going to sign. However, the president has forwarded to the Attorney General Department to work on it, and then whatever changes they want, the Attorney General will present it back to Parliament. That way, Akufo-Addo later explained this, but it's not in writing to Parliament or to the AG. So they really didn't handle it in terms of communication around it well.
Let me
You understand it?
go to Ibrahim on the matter of principle as demanded by the minority. That if the then minority wanted it passed, signed in the form that it was, then if they are now the majority, they should pass same, present same to the president for his signature.
Well, here's the thing, and I think our viewers know what I'm about to say. Who was the majority in Parliament in 2024? Who was it?
Yeah.
Who was it?
The MPP.
Good. 137, and we had the deciding vote.
Independent.
So the question Ghanaians will say is, you were the majority. Why didn't you get it done in the way that you wanted? because it would have passed.
Yeah.
Bipartisan support.
No,
So
see,
this,
that is
I'm
where
coming.
The problem is the bill was not a government sponsored.
I understand.
Yes.
It's a private
It's a
member's
private
bill.
member's
I know.
bill.
So it's about negotiation.
You understand?
Yeah.
I understand. I'm fully, you know, I have it at my fingertips. I'm fully aware. You had 7 NDC supporting the bill, 1 MPP supporting the bill, the private members bill. My good brother, Reverend Tim Vojo. So I know the nuances of this case. I'm giving you the receipts. There were 7 on the NDC side and 1 on the MPP side. But still,
the field was there initially. There were about 4 on the MPP side and 3 ran away.
I can't comment on that. But here's the case. Here's the case. Yes, it's a private members bill. It's done through negotiation. But again, it begs the question that given the majority, okay, you have the opportunity to get it passed in the way that you want. Because initially, we wanted, some MPP members of parliament wanted stricter provisions. We're losing that in the dialogue. There were MPP members who wanted stricter provisions. There was prison or custodial sentences. Afenyo Markins asked for counselling, you know, instead of custodial prison terms. Not asked for, but proffered counselling as a remedy, not straight away prison sentences. But there were MPP members of parliament who wanted stricter punishment. So sometimes let's not lose the narrative that they were playing with it and what have you. That's when you get into the politics of it. This was a bipartisan and it was passed. Now, on the Attorney General, he is not a legislator. He has no right, nowhere in law, to amend the bill after it's passed. You can take that to the bank. The Attorney General, at any given time, he's not a legislator. He is a government's lawyer, not Parliament's lawyer. He cannot amend the bill. He cannot, at all. The constitutional process is this. Parliament passes a bill. It then has to go to the president, at the time Nana Akufo-Addo. He then has to, per Article 106.7, sign it, agree, or veto with reasons. That's all that he had to do. Then we have this spurious Richard Dallas guy thing that they concocted to, you know, and it just doesn't sit well with Ghanaians. You're talking about principle. Whether or not they gained political advantage over it or not. Yes, they did. But Ghana benefited. So when Ghana benefits, do you care who gets the credit? Do you care who gets the credit?
But it wasn't signed then, so how did Ghana benefit from it?
No, if things, because the fact that we didn't sign, it was then used as a political tool against us. I'm talking MPP. So it was an own goal. Because the majority, MPP, we voted for that bill. President Akufo-Addo had no right, through Nana Beditu Asante, to stop the transmission. Because when you do that, then the constitutional process is even truncated.
Right.
Because you're given 7 days to sign a bill, okay, or to assent to a bill. If it's a financial bill, then you are given 14 days. I'm talking the president.
Yeah.
Those are the timelines. A bill comes. If it's financial in architecture, we give you 14 days. If it's other than financial architecture, finance in architecture, that bill, 7 days. But when the bill doesn't even get to me, that whole timeline, the clock doesn't even start for it to finish. That was the unconstitutionality that MPP, we did, through Nana Beditu Asante's letter. And again, I said it and I'll repeat it. He had no locus to do that. Article 106, you can say you're representing the president's views. He can represent his views by signing or vetoing with the reasons that Nana Beditu Asante put in his letter, and you do an attachment.
Right.
Massa, I'm talking the Clerk of Parliament. Thank you for the bill. I'm vetoing, and these are my reasons. And attach that letter that Nana Beditu Asante did.
Right.
So that was an own goal. And we paid for it. I'm talking in terms of the political dialogue. Because the reality is, MPP, you know, the rank and file, just like NDC, rank and file were in support of the bill.
Yeah.
That's all that Nana Akufo-Addo had to do, the president at the time. So and the principal thing doesn't wash. It doesn't wash. Because as I said, yes, it's a private member's bill, but we had the opportunity to bring others on board in terms of the messaging. Because if you're saying that, okay, now, why didn't you present the same bill that you presented to Akufo-Addo for Mahama to sign? The question, we're going ahead of ourselves. Why didn't Akufo-Addo sign or veto? That's where that sentence can be, the speech marks can capture the whole process. Akufo-Addo should have signed or vetoed and attach his reasons.
That didn't happen, and today we're here. Changes have been made.
Yeah.
Akufo-Addo vetoed.
How did he
That
veto?
he won't sign.
Where is it captured? You interrupted me. I can't interrupt you.
Banana Bedieto's letter, he vetoed that he won't sign. The problem with is that order that they shouldn't be transmitted. You understand it? The veto is that I have seen the bill.
And I want changes to certain
clauses. I will not
clauses.
sign this bill because of reasons A, B, C. That is a veto. But he has no authority to say,
order,
don't transmit to me.
Do you understand? That's where the challenge is.
That is where it is.
Very
And
well.
I didn't sit there to say that Attorney General can change parliamentary bill. No, that's what I said. I said that if Akufo-Addo, having realized that he has vetoed the bill, and with later statement he made that he would have preferred that it would have gone through Attorney General. He should have allowed the bill to land on his table. After the veto, he would have forwarded that to the Attorney General and said, this is a private member, but I vetoed it. And because I vetoed it, I still believe that this law is a good law, but there are portions in it. So AG, review what they have done and present a bill on behalf of government to Parliament to pass. I'm not saying that the Attorney has the power to veto a parliamentary bill. What I'm saying, as president who has power to
veto, amend.
After vetoing what you think is not good, the smartest thing he should have done
is to go to the Attorney General.
Go to the Attorney General and say, present a new bill with these amendments so that this one will be a government bill for Parliament to pass. But that is what he didn't do.
Very
so I didn't say that Parliament and AG can veto a parliamentary bill.
So my point remains. My point remains.
Yes, and
that,
land on that point.
My point remains that that's all that we had to do. So this issue of principle, I think you're trying to, not you, the commentary is trying to divert attention. Why are we not presenting the bill as it was? So that's what I'm saying, that if you wanted changes, yes, you're the majority, I understand it's a private member's bill, but you could have cajoled, continue the conversation to arrive at a destination where you're happy. Per the negotiations that took place throughout the years, at some point, both parties were agreed. It was bipartisan.
Right.
So now we're saying that Akufo-Addo didn't want to sign the bill in its form. And again, I'm maybe re-communicating what I said earlier. The Constitution is clear.
Right.
You cannot create your own pathway. It's a pocket veto.
Right.
Sign it. I mean, we've gone through it now.
Are you happy with the changes that have been made?
The clarification. Because what it did, it was ambiguous. We've mentioned it. Had the law been passed then, and it wasn't passed, it's not law. But from what Elvis was saying, had it been made into law,
it wasn't signed.
It wasn't signed, yes, which then makes it an act into law. Then our discussion, per the old terms, would put us all in trouble.
Right.
So the clarification, and I think when something is clarified, you can't then stand on principle. Is the clarification better or worse? I think by and large, the answer is yes.
Very well.
Because now it is made sure that where there's ambiguity, where it is amorphous in nature, where it is opaque, it is now clear that the media, lawyers, the medical people, those who have client, client privilege, that kind of thing, lawyer, client privilege, or medical confidentiality, yes. Yeah. You are now somehow
exempted.
There's a ring fence around you. You can actually do your work. So the changes are good. So if it's good, you can't then say it's being watered down in that negative sense. And again, I land on that point. We had the opportunity. Both parties agreed. President failed to sign or veto. This is where the problem started. All Akufo-Addo, Nana, the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, had to do was give his reasons. The Constitution allows you to do that. Give your reasons that...
But the Bediatu letter had reasons in there.
So attach it. Look, Nana Bediatu Asante has no locus. His signature is his signature. You can't say he's representing the president. Unless the president signs that letter to Clerk of Parliament, What happens if the president at the time says he's acting ultra-virus? I didn't authorize the letter. Yes, he's my secretary, but I didn't authorize such a letter.
Right.
It has to come from the president, who assents to the bill.
The president.
Is it Brigadier Akufo-Addo?
It's the president.
Yes. And all you had to do was sign it or veto with the same reasons that Nana Beritu Asante wrote. Attach it. Simpliciter.
All right.
I think the politics of it is that the NDC has fulfilled the wish of Ghanaians. We've passed the bill and the president is ready to sign. It's as simple as
we'll wait to see if he will sign it. But let's take a few quick messages on this and then we can make progress. Hi, Nana. Tell Mr. Elvis that I love his submission this morning. He's a clear example of a man of principle and integrity. As a young man, I look up to men like him. Thumbs up, Elvis. All right, this one says, good morning, Channel 1 TV. Tell Elvis that the letter from the president, Nana Akufo-Addo's secretary to Parliament, did not call for changes to the LGBTQ bill. It only highlighted certain legal concerns and referenced court cases. Parliament has fulfilled its constitutional duty by passing the bill, reflecting the views of the majority of Ghanaians and the country's cultural values. The president will sign it into law and life continues. The noise from the minority is nothing to talk about. They just want to be relevant. This is Daniel from Ho. Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm. Good morning, my brother. The question I want to ask the minority and functionaries of the MPP this morning is that, were they in Parliament when the bill was passed and sent to President Nana Addo to sign? The minority today were the majority in Parliament then, so we're from the issue of the NDC, we're forcing President Nana Addo to sign. I simply don't get it. If they're not okay with the bill in its form, they can proceed to court for redress. I have no doubts that President Mahama is going to sign it into law, and whoever does not agree to it should proceed to court. Okay, we hear you. Hi, very eventful week for Ghanaians home and abroad relative to our brothers and sisters, some with their children safely back home from South Africa's torture and the passage of the LGBTQ bill. Kudos to the NDC government. Questions to NPP. Why the noise making again after the passage of the bill? When are we going to have our peace from their corner for us to enjoy the good governance of the NDC government? What else is their problem relative to the bill? Seriously speaking, we are getting tired of their archaic politicking. This is Papa Bisu from Spentex in Accra. At long last, the NDC government has accepted President Akufo-Addo's amendments to the LGBTQ plus bill, and it's finally been passed. Kudos to them for the effort. I pray they learn to change their attitude whenever they are in opposition. Aminu from Ensawam sent that. Good morning, Anna. The fact of the matter is that the bill could not reach President Akufo-Addo at the time. Even the current president, John Mahama, has confirmed this in a video. I have watched him speaking about it. What does Ibrahim mean by saying Akufo-Addo should have signed it? Well, he was the president then, so he should have signed it.
Or veto.
He didn't reach him because
exactly. He stopped the transcript.
That the thing should not be
he stopped the thing
transmitted to the president. That's why the bill didn't reach the president.
Right. Teta James from Sunyai says, NDC party is full of propaganda and lies. The LGBTQ plus law they told former President Akufo-Addo to sign is not the same bill they have passed to Ghanaians. My regards to Geoffrey Kwatin-Brobe, the upcoming Brown Regional Youth Organizer, and Hawa Kumsen. Okay, Teta James, we hear you. Good morning, I am Eben from Kwabenya. Finally, the anti-LGBTQ plus bill passed and waiting for the president to assign his signature to it. I am of the firm belief Mr. President's JDM won't be like the former one who failed to sign the bill then. He sends greetings to a number of people, Julius Debra, Peter Kusi-Mensah, and MC Akbo of Ghana West. Final one here. Good morning. I am Ukai from Bantama in the Senate West District. We need to talk about the hypocrisy of the NDC regarding this LGBTQ plus bill. The original comprehensive bill we all supported was altered by the NDC with 31 smuggled amendments. They criticized the MPP for asking for amendments, but now they have secretly weakened the bill to allow NGOs and advocates to hide behind media and medical exemptions. Ghanaians must see through this political gimmick. If the original bill was good enough for you to campaign with, why is it not good enough to pass? Who are they pleasing with these exemptions? Okay, that's your question this morning.
Somebody sent me some information. Today's Daily Graphic, page 21. There's an advertisement. 4th African Interparliamentary Conference on Family, Sovereignty and Values. And Ghana is hosting the conference on the 6th of June, 2020. So somebody asked why the rush to pass the bill. Probably because we are coming to host this conference, so we have to pass the bill to prove that.
Introducing another side.
But somebody sent it to me, and so we have to pass the bill to prove that we are.
We have passed the bill.
So,
and
somebody asked why the rush. I didn't say I'm just
no. Yeah, just playing politics.
What's the politics about it?
It's also a question that can come up.
Haven't said the NDC hasn't delivered. Haven't said the NDC hasn't delivered.
You said we rushed.
Why the rush?
To pass the bill?
You made some interventions that
this one is not NDC
for example,
matter.
when I said that the Nana Bediachio letter, you said that no, there was.
Oh no, the letter has. Oh no, the person who sent this didn't read the letter. The letter has
reasons.
And the person, the person himself admitted that.
No, do you have this current amendment?
No, the person himself admitted. Yes, the person himself admitted that they cited legal issues about the bill. So the reasons why they don't want the bill transmitted, they stated it.
You say cited. Did you come with alternative? Were there alternative?
That is what I said. That is what I said.
That they should have done.
That is what I said. That
should have happened.
If they were smart, if they were smart, when they vetoed it,
so
the best would have been to give it to the AG
to come and separate the process. The Bediachio letter credit.
No, what I've said is that he has no power.
He didn't come with any alternative.
Very well.
He has no power as president to tell Parliament that don't transmit
a bill to me.
He has no power. The Constitution doesn't give him
that.
There are only two options. You are either signing or you are giving reason why you don't want to sign. So that order to say don't transmit was even a big error.
The truth.
What's the big error? What's the truth?
The simple truth is that at a time, Nana Addo's presidency and as president, I think, sorry to say, they lost it at a time because if there is a communication from a whole parliament of Ghana,
it's not for his secretary to
reject. And you refuse to admit it. It's a serious thing. Very
well. Let's take a break here. Keep sending your messages in. We'll do our best to read them. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. We'll be right back with more.
This is the old way. Let me show you a new and a better way. EduPack.
EduPack?
Yes, EduPack. A GS-approved and supported initiative for all first-year students going to SHS by Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All your trunks, mattresses, pillows, including plastic chalkboards, are all waiting for your child at the school. Note, all our wooden chalkboxes are being changed to plastic ones to avoid bedbugs.
You can also register by dialing *713*821# following the prompts, or you can visit www.edupackgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPack, approved and supported by GES.
Every day we make choices, some big, some small.
What would you be doing today? I want this or...
Every day, we make choices, and sometimes, choices that shape our hearts.
Hi.
Whether it's a long-term or short-term decision, the Lydia Ranger gives you the power to truly decide. With Lydia, you truly decide.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabedim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to Amame Manfo, Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is several buying, and Maniswing, Nesansu Mama Hoto so a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. The gentlemen are here in studio. We've just been having a conversation on the anti-LGBTQ plus bill. We're going to move on, but quickly, there's a clarification regarding the Nana Asante Bediatiu letter to Parliament. The letter indeed cites the court cases and not the reasons why the president
There's a long letter.
cannot sign it.
There's a long letter. There's an attachment.
Yeah.
To a
Not
long
here.
letter.
There's an attachment to the letter.
Long release explaining things why they say they will not.
Because this letter, as signed by Bediatiu, and as received by the office of the Clerk of Parliament, does not cite the legal issues.
Is it coming from Parliament?
The courts.
Is it coming from Parliament?
This is the letter from the office of the President, under the hand of Nana Asante Bediatiu.
Okay.
As I mentioned, Nana, what was...
So, Elvis, I was right.
Yeah. Nana, as I mentioned in my early submission, what was the legalese that was being mentioned is lis pendens, pending cases.
The court case.
And Article
But
106...
many court cases do not stop a president from
Exactly.
signing anything.
And every...
So that's where the error
It can only
was.
be an excuse.
Very well.
And
Because
Article
no court has
106...
even made a pronouncement that the thing is injunctive or anything.
Yeah, and lis means dispute. Yeah, in dispute. I'm reading from the Latin. Lis pendens, in dispute. Nothing is even in dispute because the thing has not even been assented to.
No.
Right.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
So it's like putting your cart before the horse, or vice versa. I don't know how to put it. That letter should never have come at all.
And I think before this,
So it's the
President
season.
had made the diplomatic corps or somewhere and made a statement like that. Because
That
the
letter
case
should not have come.
Was in court
because
or something
Richard
like that.
Delasky and some other lady,
Amanda Odo.
Amanda, is it Amanda?
Amanda Odo.
Amanda, you have your case, no problem. Supreme Court will see to it. But let the process work.
I think it's a lesson.
It's a
Any
lesson,
future president will learn and realize that.
It's an expensive lesson.
The constitution is
I heard
clear.
some
You
judge
don't
say-
stop a bill from coming to
I heard some just say the letter was written even before the cases went to court.
That's what they should understand.
Anyways, let's move to this matter of the spillage of the Wager Dam. It happens every time the water levels rise above a certain point that threaten, of course, the stability of the dam. However, the attendant challenge is the flooding in communities around the Wager Dam. This has been happening over the years. Let me start with you, Elvis. Haven't we learned any lessons?
How can we learn lessons where the people are still there? Each year, the authority tells us that the dam has a reserve area because they know that when the dam flows is full
Overflows.
and they open it, the water will spread. So there's a reserve area where no settlement is supposed to be built. And then people have gone to build because the authorities that are supposed to make sure that people don't build there were asleep. the Ghana Water Company, which own the dam itself, we should make sure that where people are not supposed to build, they allow people to build. The assemblies, which are supposed to make sure that nobody builds there, people have built. I remember about 2 or 3 years ago, the assembly was clear that nobody within the reserved area has been granted permit to build, though they have their houses there. So you see, when reservations are kept for a purpose and you go and build there, and the dam is opened and you are flooding, you will be crying for sympathy. But the question, who caused it? You see, I always said, my position is simple. If they say, don't build here, and I say, oh, the assembly is asleep. So once some chief sells it to me, I will build. See, the chief will collect my money and enjoy it. The assembly can afford to be sleeping. But when the rains come, the assembly engineer who slept on the job will be in his home. He will not be the one suffering. The chief who sold the land to me is also at his home. He's not the one suffering. Me, Elvis, the one who said that assembly is asleep, and the chief sold it to me, so I'm the one who will suffer. So what have you done? You've lost your money, and now your property is also at risk of destruction. So I always say that when we sit down and say, oh, the authorities are asleep, they won't act, they won't do anything, so we'll do the wrong thing, the consequences of what we are doing will not go to the people who are asleep. We don't go to the chief who sold the land to me. I will lose my money at the same time, will be the one who will be in floods. So I sometimes find it difficult to sympathize with people, especially when the facts are clear that you are not supposed to have any building around the place. But I think Ghanaians, that is all that we do. If you look at, apart from flood, I'm just looking at how we disregard these things. The road reservation from Ashaman roundabout to Akosombo to Juapon to the rest, that road reservation has been there for years. The road authorities, since the road, have left reservations that in the future the roads are going to be expanded. Because the road has not been expanded, people have built all the way to the road. Now, the government has found money and is doing the road. Go and see the buildings that have been demolished. Now, I was asking myself, what if you are a pensioner? All your entire works life is what you used to build that small house. And now it's been demolished because you built at the wrong place. So for me, I think that people should realize that going through the pain of making sure that you do the right thing is to your own interest. Don't say that the authorities are asleep. They won't come and do anything. Or when they come, I'll give them some small envelope and they will go. They won't come back. All those monies, they will take it and go. But the day that the state decides that this is the right thing to do and they decide to do it, you have no choice. So maybe this wager issue, we just have to let the people there understand that. Enough of the sympathy. From the day the dam was built, their place was bushy, no human being were there. But those who built the dam and CGA knew that any time that the dam is full and is opened, the water will spill to certain areas. So they earmarked areas and said, anytime this dam is open, it will spill to all these places, so no human habitation here. If you ignore that because the authorities will not do anything, will not do their work, if today you are flooding, if you are calling for sympathy, for me, excuse me to say, you caused it yourself.
But
because we are told that if you are going to buy anything,
those who are beyond the earmarked area, but I was also suffering due to the high levels of the water.
Yes, they are suffering because people have encroached the earmarked area. Do you understand it? If people are not encroached the earmarked area, the water will flow. But when we block the areas where water is one thing that you can never stop.
It will find its way.
So when you block it, it will find its own way. So it's unfortunate that some people are not within the reservation. But because others have encroached the reservation, the water will find its own way. So unfortunately, you may not be in the reservation area. But because we all sat down and allow people to do the wrong thing, you become a victim of allowing the wrong things to be done. So in other societies, the people police their area. In any serious country and environment, when people know that you are not supposed to do something and you are doing it, they will come and stop you. They will call the authorities on you that what you are doing is the wrong thing, so they shouldn't allow you to do it. In Ghana, if you go and do it, they say you are a bad person. Why is it that somebody is trying to, you are calling authorities to come and stop the person? You are a wicked person. That is what they will name you. This man is the most wicked person in the whole area. If you are trying to do something right now, he will call the people to come and deal with you. So you see, we should understand that we can safeguard ourselves for some of this. So it's unfortunate for those who are not in the reservation area, but because people have encroached the reservation area, they are suffering. I've seen a story say President Mama saying that those who give permit. Truth of the matter is that, interestingly, the assemblies, though they are sleeping on their job, they are very smart not to give permit to anybody to build at the wrong place. I've seen Opetekwe, somebody building being pulled down. When they asked him, he said they went to assembly, they told him that that whole place is, they won't grant permit to anybody to build there. But then they told him, the person told him if he wants to build, he can go and build. Maybe in the future. Listen, he said the person, maybe in the future, they may rezone the place as a residential area so he can go ahead and build. The person whose property, he himself is admitting that he didn't have a permit, that the whole area, they were told that the assembly does not grant permit to anybody to build there. But if he said he wants to build, he can go ahead. But in the future,
the MC challenged the people to produce their permits.
They can't. That is the issue.
Very well. Very well. Mr. Fori.
But see, the problem, what we must do is that those municipal engineers who we are paying and they are sleeping on their jobs, I've always said that we need to make example out of people. See, you don't tell me that you know that the people are not supposed to build here, but they are building there. And you that we are paying with taxpayers' money, you sit aloof and allow them to build. Because when the problem comes, you are living somewhere, don't live there. Right. Those people we are paying to make sure that when you see someone go and pull it down, you don't pull it down. We should be dealing with those people.
We should stop them before the structure even comes up. But we allow it to fester.
Exactly.
And now we have
you know that you have not granted a permit and people are building. How do you allow the building to continue?
Let me come to Mr. Fori. Elvis makes a point about the encroachment in the reservations. But I am a bit concerned about those who are not in the reservation but are suffering because of the encroachment in the reservations. What respite is there for such persons?
First of all, let me say I sympathize with those whose homes have been flooded, both those who have encroached and those who are outside the encroachment territory. We all know the situation in Ghana. People try to find places to put up their small and make their living. Having said that, I think the various assemblies are not, especially within the metropolis and the regional capitals, to some extent are not doing their work well. For example, if you look at where this water spillage, why not just protect the area with just a simple wiring in the area? No one can enter. How much will it cost? If we are serious assembly, all these years, okay, just, can somebody enter? No.
Fencing the place?
Yes. How much will it cost? And there are some people genuinely put up houses, they're thinking that it's a safe place. They don't know it's going to be like. There are genuine people like that. There are other people who also know, but wants to, it will be okay. So to put them into one and just condemn everybody, I don't think is right. We must sympathize with them. The authorities must find means of making sure that this doesn't happen again. Those who are, I wish I had certain voice. I would have advocated that, look, immediately let's get relief for them. Let's get them some emergency so that they can put their heads, they can eat. And they are Ghanaians, they are human beings. So whether they are at fault or not, the first response should be emergency aid. Are you with me? Then we take the practical steps to correct that anomaly. So my simple thing is the government should go to their aid, create a zone for them for the meantime, whilst we restructure and put their lives together. That's what I can say about this.
Right. Ibrahim, who do we blame? The chief or whoever sells the land, the person who buys the land to develop it, or the authority who sits aloof for the construction to happen?
Okay, well, you can't blame the chief. Is there a law for him to sell his own property? He can sell it. He's allowed. You can use that same land for farming. The spillage does not happen every single day. So if I'm a chief and you buy my land and you want to grow tomatoes, abele, engmomi, whatever, you have a right to do so. So we can remove the chief from the equation. Now, the next level is the person who then allows the permit. But before you get to the permit, the individual, knowing full well that this area is not for building, the responsibility, caveat emptor, let the buyer beware. You know, the person who, the Ghanaian.
You see, this is why I mentioned the one who sells the land, whether the chief or Busuapenyo or whoever. Yeah. Because if I am coming to buy the land, I do not know that this is in a reservation. You are the one who's going to sell to me. So you're the one who should tell me that this place I am giving you is so or so.
Thank you. I just told you something. It's Latin. It's within every economic transaction. Caveat emptor. What does it mean? Let the buyer beware.
Exactly.
You bought it. When you bought it from me, is there no QS in Ghana, a quantity surveyor? Is there not a lands administration? Because when you go to then the town and planning, the local government, to get your permit, most of these ones we're saying don't have permits, I'm assuming. Should we now, I want us to always make sure that the Ghanaian is responsible. That as we keep going, I was reading while my colleagues were giving the submission. 2022, one person died, Weja, because of the spillage. Not because of the spillage, because they constructed or lived or become a victim.
Approached the reservation.
Yes.
So.
The spillage has to happen because the dam's integrity, its structural integrity, is like 45 meters. And then when we had the rains coming in from the eastern region, the Densu River, like we said, water will find its way. So now, if the water is too much, 45 meters is the limit. When it gets too much, the whole thing will collapse. And you can imagine what will happen then. So there are 5 gates. And then 2 were spilled, 3, 4, depending on the volume.
Controlled spillage.
Yeah, it's controlled spillage. So you know that this area, and let's not assume that, reading some of the commentary from 2023, they said, we don't care. These are some residents. Again, I don't want to cut and paste like every resident is saying the same thing. Some residents, speaking to graphic.com, were saying that, Master, we don't care. I'm quoting what I'm reading here. We don't care. It happens every now and then. So somebody who does not care, you want to now give them government assistance? Because when we do that, we are not disciplining Ghanaians. And we will forever be complaining that why is Ghana like international communities outside?
What about those outside there?
I understand. I understand. I understand. I understand. I mean, you know, and so what do we do? In order to give them the assistance, maybe we need to cure the illegality. If you've built on an illegal place, I don't believe there's a statute of limitations regarding building on areas that you shouldn't. There's no statute of limitations. So how do we help the people that Seth is rightfully saying, those who are legally constructed their properties? Let's remove the illegality.
Yeah.
But because of politics, we fear to do so. We fear to correct illegalities. And how do you correct it? You demolish all those houses that are illegally there. I'm not saying the land does not belong to you. It's your land. But it's not for building. So you maintain the land, grow your farm produce, you'll benefit from the what do you call it? The structural, not the structural, but the, when something's done every so often, you know.
The consistency?
Yeah, no, the perennial spillage. The spillage will happen all the time.
Right.
Because it rains all the time.
Take advantage of it to do
your farm. Take advantage of it to grow your stuff.
Right.
So I'm giving you the cure. Seth asked a very important question. What about those who have done the right thing, but are suffering the consequences of those who have not done the right thing? What should we do? As any responsible government, I'm using that across administrations, we need to then demolish all those houses. You have your land where nobody's taking that right from you, but you cannot build here. And that is the cure that we need to do now.
Right. Very well. We have a few minutes to go. let's touch on this matter of a proposed 20% hike in transport fares. I'll start with you, Seth, on this.
Oh, well, I mean, these are global challenges hitting our respective countries. And the transport owners have come out that, look, we are not making it. It's becoming difficult to survive with the current price. So we are proposing a 20% increment. It's difficult. 28% is very high, especially the ordinary Ghanaian who every morning has to hustle to eat, to take transport, to go and work and that kind of thing. It's difficult, but at the same time, these transport owners too should be in a position to run. So the Ministry of Transport this morning will be meeting them for them to negotiate and look at the best ways. What I can say is the Minister of Transport is a very humane person, understands.
Joseph Bukari Nikwe.
Yes, very, very, very. He's a gentleman par excellence. And I think he will be able to negotiate with them to arrive at some. I was happy that the leader speaking, or the spokesperson for the GPRTU, also admitted, I listened to him one-on-one, and he said that yes, they will be going for the meeting. They can't say they won't increase, but the best that will come is they might come down a bit with the 20%. So we are hoping that there will be a balancing act so that we will all be able to go up and down. But we admit that at times are tough in terms of global prices, which affect fuel, affect spare parts, and other. Those were the things that they raised, and I think they have a strong position. And as government, we will meet with them. We will come to an acceptable, all in the interest of Mother Ghana.
Very well. Elvis, briefly on this matter, have you noticed that they always propose 20%?
Oh yeah, because they have a standing agreement with the government that when fuel price go above 10% increment, they will have that. So they have certain things they use to calculate. So I think that we all just have to take this. This is the one that hits the ordinary person's pocket, and we all just have, because even if you own your own car. Yesterday when I was 3 days ago, I went to buy fuel, but at the station I said, "Hey, Charlie, things have changed," because clearly I realized that I'm now buying fuel the same quantity I was buying before the new government came to power, to be able to get to the same level. This is not I'm just that is
we are talking simply about.
But it's the actual reality.
It's going too much of the politics.
But it's actual reality.
I'm coming to a point that you are just not letting me make it.
Allow him land.
The point is, what I'm making is that at that time, the fuel was up. But when the new government came, because of the management of the CD and everything, it went down. And then the transport people reduced transport fares because things have come down. But now things have gone back to same level. So if it came down and they reduce, if it goes back, it's just fair that they also increase. So which really makes a market sense. You understand it? So it's to me, when I heard that they said they were going to increase, I wasn't surprised, because personally, with my small alachaka that music, when I look at the
you feel it?
As I said, I just realized that we are back to the same level before the government came in and gave us the release. That same amount I used to spend to fill my car, I realized that I bought the same thing 3 days ago. But until that time, I realized that I had a relief when the CD and the things came down. The amount I was spending, I was spending like about 200 cedis less than the same amount to fill it. But then 3 days ago, when I was buying fuel, then I realized that I'm spending similar amount to the same level. So for me, when I heard the drivers that they were going, I just said it's fair, because when it went down, they reduced fares. So now that the fuel has gone back, if they are increasing it, I think that we are all working to survive, and it's market forces that are determining. We all never dreamt of this Iran war pushing fuel prices to over $100. Now it's between 90, 100, 110 regular. We all never.
It makes economic management difficult.
It makes because then your projections and
exactly. So for me, I think that makes sense.
Right.
Something 6,000 kilometers away. Can a war affect the economy?
I
I knew.
Let's hear from you.
Yeah, you
can
heard from me.
Can it or can
He's
it
the
not?
one that is doing the politics, not me. You see, this is the real politics. The 7,000 kilometers is the real
7,000
politics.
kilometers away.
Can it or can it not?
Can it affect this economy? I mean, John Dramani Mahama, come for your stone. The president of the republic. Ghanaians can clearly see what is happening here. You see, when said to say don't do politics, when Elvis gave a similar submission about 3 weeks ago, maybe 4, that you weren't here, admittedly, that he's enjoying the reduction. Your colleague from the NDC was, yes, good government. Tried it, basa. Today, Elvis is giving you facts, receipts. Nothing, suddenly it's all politics. But your colleague who sat in this chair was applauding him for saying prices have come down. So when he says prices have gone up, acknowledge it's not politics, it's facts. We're here to debate why has it gone up.
But the drivers are not doing politics.
And why has it gone up?
We all know it's a global problem.
Tell John that to John Mahama. Go and tell him that's global. It's a global problem. No, go and tell him. They told us no. I beg you, Sets. As for you, there you are generally on point.
Your colleagues,
I see you on point. Your colleagues who sit in this chair representing your party are not. When I say not on point, they will not understand. When we had the global issues affecting the economy, you mentioned that the Ukraine...
Is it understand or admit?
Admit, both. Both. Sometimes I'm not sure. The Russian-Ukraine war. Russia, I beg you, said.
No, you are finding trouble for me.
No, I mean, I'm broke. You know, Ukraine is one of the largest suppliers of wheat. So your bread, you know, when you buy your bullfruit and your butter bread and your sugar bread, maybe 80% of that wheat came from Ukraine.
Yeah.
When we had the war happening, the Russia war, supply chain, just from that alone, affected so many countries, including Ghana. I remember when Blodo, bread, you can get it for 10 cities, 12 cities. Then it shot to 15. Now it's 20, 21, 22, depending where you go. And I remember those days, 8 cities, 9 cities, 10. And then you say suddenly the global war as no, in fact, I'm talking John Mahama, then candidate.
So the driver is justified.
Yeah. So this is the nature of where we are right now. You know, that we are not immune. We are not somehow ring-fenced.
We're not an island on
We're
our
not
own.
an island on our own. Everything is integrated.
Right.
What happens in Czech Republic affects Ghana. What happens in Bologatanga will affect somebody in Switzerland because we are connected. Why am I saying Switzerland? Let's say you're growing cocoa, Eastern region. We have a bad harvest. You know, Lindt and Hershey's and Cadbury's, you know, all those companies now get affected. The chocolate makers get affected, including our own niche chocolate. Let me also include the Ghanaian ones as well. So I'm just saying that what we're seeing right now...
CPC, Ghana Cocoa.
Yes, so what we're seeing now...
Elvis, I see what you're trying to do.
No, that is what we're seeing is the consequences of the reality that we're living in now. And once it hits food, transport, you know the food is going up. So I want to hear in a month's time when NDC will be touting 3.2%.
Inflation.
Meanwhile, we're all suffering 20%, 30%. You asked a very good question. So, God day for us all.
Very well. Thank you. We'll have to go. We'll have to go. Our time is up. Our time is up. Our time is up.
And Nana to four.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Check him on back. Change is coming.
I am Nana to four. This has been a news review segment on Breakfast Daily.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world. Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
And orange, give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Verna is clean, fresh and safe. I'm holding my Verna bottle. No plastic seal, no worries. Open and hear the sound like click. That sound means it's fresh, no trick. No plastic seal, but it's still pure. Cool and clean, you can be sure. Verna leads the brighter way. What takes my doubt away? If it clicks, it's Verna. If it clicks, it's clean. Sip it, feel the difference. Verna water, pure and green. Click, open, sip. Click, open, sip. Chalet Verna, no stress, just sip. Chalet Verna, no stress, just sip.
This advert is FDA approved.
It's time to upgrade your viewing experience with Franco Smart Television. Enjoy full HD and 4K Ultra display for clearer pictures, brighter colors, and smarter features. From our 32-inch screen, perfect for your bedroom, to 55, 65, and massive 100 inches for your living room or office. We've got the perfect size and quality. For retailing and bulk purchasing, call the numbers on the screen or visit our website at www.francotrading.com. You can download the Franco Trading app on Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Franco Television, we've got the perfect size for every room. Franco, home of quality television.
June is for business here at City FM and Channel One TV. This June, the ideas get bolder and the future of Ghanaian business takes center stage. Welcome to the City Business Festival 2026. For the entire month of June, 97.3 City FM and Channel One TV bring together the thinkers, builders, innovators, and dreamers shaping the future of enterprise in Ghana. From powerful business fora that spark meaningful conversations to insightful on-air discussions with industry leaders and change makers, to stories of resilience, innovation, and ambition from Ghanaian entrepreneurs. This is more than a festival. It is a movement of ideas, strategy, and impact. Whether you're starting small, scaling big, or simply dreaming of your next breakthrough, the City Business Festival is your platform to learn, connect, and grow. Join the On Air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM and at 11 a.m. with a repeat at 6 p.m. on Channel One TV. This June, let's challenge businesses. Let's refine ideas. Let's create impact. Call 0205-973-973 for further details. City Business Festival 2026, driving ideas into impact. The City Business Festival 2026 is powered by 97.3 City FM and Channel One TV in partnership with Absa Bank, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN, Zondatech Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust.
This is where stories rise, where strength speaks, and legends are born. Out of hundreds of entries, they emerged as the 10 Channel One community legends of the 2026 cohort.
You're 14 years, you're among, people who are...
My name is Daisy Mina Entry, 32.
There's someone who is from Western Lot, Sefi Adofwa.
We have it that wherever you travel to, home is home.
10 Channel One community legends, 10 powerful journeys, one platform to inspire a nation, from hustle to impact, from struggle to success. Watch them tell it all.
In a place where almost nothing is available.
I have a foundation called Grace on Duty Foundation.
Whatever they are going through is part of the struggle. That should even give them the motivation to learn.
Because I'm a game changer wherever I go.
The Channel One community legends. Next level stories, real people, real power, real new glory. Stay tuned and be inspired only on Channel 1 TV.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel 1 Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issue.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Good morning, Ghana. Good morning, Africa. And good morning to the rest of the world. Thank you for tuning in to Channel 1 TV. And thank you for choosing to fly with us on Flight Breakfast Daily. I am your co-captain, Dede Davis.
And I'm Philip Milati. That's an interesting introduction. And of course, we're bringing nothing but the best here on Breakfast Daily. It's been an interesting one with Nana Tufo-Boateng and his panelists, touching a lot of politics and issues within the country that are of great concern. But we continue from now to 11 a.m. when we say bye-bye to you. The City Business Festival is happening this month. I'm sure you are aware of it. And today is the 1st of June 2026. So definitely we're bringing you something interesting at 11 a.m. right after the show. So the City Business Festival is from now, which is 1st of June to 30th of June 2026. A number of things that will be brought to your way, how you can learn to run your business well and what you can do for your business. Today, we have an interesting one that will be coming your way, and that is actually going to be how you can start right with your business. And later on the show, maybe we'll talk about it, or maybe after we would have a conversation on this. So you can see it on your screen, starting right, business registration and compliance, part 1. And the conversation is going to be with Frank Opoku Dako, who is Assistant Chief Company Inspector from the Office of the Registrar of Companies. And it's exactly 11 a.m. I'm sure that the 9 a.m. one is for the radio, which is already airing. So you can tune in and also try and listen to that. Sponsors, APSA, MTN, Zonda, Petra. They are holding us down with this particular one. And of course, it's powered by 69.3 FM and Channel 1 TV. This is in partnership with APSA Bank. So please stay with us, enjoy yourself, and learn more on how to transform your business.
Right. And Philip, last week on the Blanksons, Kobe was on a journey to becoming rich. And of course, it failed. It failed. Growing up, have you ever wondered or have you ever wished that you would get rich?
Of course. Hey. But you have to be rich. Hey, but you don't want to be rich. Hey, of course. I've always thought of being rich, and Massa, you have to test the money before you.
So what did you do? Did you decide to start some business or?
Well, starting business, I haven't, but I I know when there are a lot of things you can do to be rich. You can really tap into your talent and make sure that you improve it, and also do the best out of what you are doing, your business, your connections. Because I believe in a lot of networking, and your network is your net worth. So all that. Maybe eventually you would open a business and you see how that business is.
But you know, in the episode 1 of the Blanksons, Kobe began giving us bits as to he wanting to become rich. So you remember when Uncle Bestie visited the house, he kept asking, so how is the UK like? You know, I would want to be there. And Uncle Bestie was telling him, oh, don't worry, I'll take you to the UK. the greedy boy, and he's not stopped. He's still bent on becoming rich.
Exactly.
And that was what episode 9 was about.
Interesting.
Now, episode 10, the matriarch of the house, Mrs. Blankson. Do you believe in prophecies?
Yeah, I do sometimes. I believe in prophecies, because there are some prophecies that you pray, they are positive ones, you pray they will come to pass. The negative ones, I don't want them to come to pass.
But have some prophecies of yours
anyway,
come to pass?
Let's see how that one unfolds.
All right,
I'm sure.
So in episode 10, Mrs. Blankson got scammed. Okay, but I won't give you the gist. I won't give you the juice. Just tune in to Channel 1 TV, your favorite television station, and get to experience all of the things that Mrs. Blankson will be doing with Prophet Michael. So tune in this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. I beg your pardon, and repeats on Fridays 11:30 a.m., Saturdays 7 p.m., Sundays 4:30 p.m., Tuesdays 3 p.m., Wednesdays 5:30 p.m. All of the days in the week. Catch the Blanksons and find out what Mrs. Blankson, the matriarch of the Blanksons family, is all about. We'd like to say a very big thank you to Nasco Electronics, Lizzie Shitor, thank you so much for holding us down. Out Insecticide Spray, Everpack, and our new kid on the block, Lily Rice. Thank you so much for holding us down on this Channel 1 TV production, The Blanksons.
Interesting. The day as we are preparing for the World Cup, all countries are preparing, and we bring you nothing but the best here on the Breakfast Daily and Channel 1 TV. And Channel 1 TV, on Fridays, we bring you the World Cup Central. The World Cup Central, Gabi is sitting with his guest and diving into all affairs within all countries, what are the countries doing. And most importantly, what is Carlos Queiroz doing? We understand that tomorrow is the deadline for announcing the squad. So is the squad announcement going to be done today? And maybe later on the show, the sports guys will be coming and we'll be finding out from them what the camp is actually doing to announce who is going to be in the team. We've heard of a few, Baba Rahman and other guys also. They're just that it's so sad that Kudus is not part. So
it's sad.
It's
sad.
So sad.
Kudus Day, Kudus Day, Kudus Day, Kudus Day. Oh, Kudus.
It's just sad that Kudus is not part. So catch more of these excitement stories and or exciting stories on Channel 1 TV, the World Cup Central with Gabi Ofer and his guest. And trust me, we'll be following everything, every country, every step, every move of every country and what they are doing, so that we will know what England is doing, what Panama is doing, what is it Croatia is doing, and whether we can be able to score England when we meet that. I still have the hope that we'll be able to bring the cup home. But let's keep that hope alive.
Philip.
And let's see. But
you have him all.
But you don't want to dream big. You have to dream big anyway.
But we have a few days
exactly
until the World Cup and
so now
I can't wait for the squad.
Which could be announced today. Maybe when the sports guys come later on the show, we'll find out from them. So the Channel 1 News app.
Yes, the Channel 1 News app. So while you are on flight with us, just download the Channel 1 News app on the Google Play Store and install on your mobile device or your tablet or your laptop, whichever device you're using. Just download it, log on, get access to an array of news items from entertainment to sports to lifestyle to general news. Just download the Channel 1 News app and you can have access to all of this while you enjoy Flight Breakfast Daily.
Beautiful. So now let's move straight into the trends and bring you what is happening. There is something with Ebola.
Yes,
Yeah.
Philip.
What do you have on the Ebola thing? Trump is doing something.
Trump is doing wonders
Yeah, Trump is taking
with
some
Ebola.
actions.
You know, last week he said that Americans coming from Africa who have been exposed to the virus or are showing signs of the infection should be taken to Kenya.
Kenya. Interesting.
Yeah. So there's a facility there. They will be taken there. They will be assessed. If everything checks out, and then you can move to America. But then a Kenyan court blocked that order. Regardless, they still went ahead.
Wow.
Yeah. They still went ahead.
He wants to keep the Ebola thing in Africa. He doesn't want to get it in his country.
Yeah, that's the idea. He doesn't want to get it into the US. And that's what Kenyans are agitated about. That why if the disease isn't good for Americans, of course it's not good for Kenyans as well. And that's what the Kenyans have been agitated about. So the spread of Ebola in the Democratic Republic of Congo has created a deep alarming situation. The medical charity Medecins Sans has warned, and the U.S. state government made its stand on Ebola clear. So the U.S. instead proposed the use of a 50-person capacity facility built in Kenya to quarantine the infected people. Now, Philip, the Ebola disease, this one, the World Health Organization tells us that is a very dangerous one.
Yeah.
It is not like the one we experienced a couple of years back. And this is caused by a different strain.
Yeah.
The other one was caused by a strain called Zaire. And this one is caused by a different strain called the Budin. I'll get the name for you. But, you know, it is important to also let our viewers know that you have to be careful.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. You have to take care of
visit,
yourself. Yeah. The countries you visit, as you go in and out of Africa, please be careful. If you see any signs of any symptoms or feeling feverish, headache, whatever it is, please just be careful and stay safe out there. Now, Philip, when you take the African map, DR Congo, you have Uganda. Uganda is close to DR Congo, and they have also been infected.
Yeah, Uganda has recorded some cases.
Yeah, they've recorded some cases. And when you look at Uganda, you can see Rwanda, and you can see Kenya, just close to Rwanda. And so it tells you that Kenya is also at risk of...
And even last week, the Health Minister, Kwabena Mintakando, visited some health facilities and also stated categorically that the country is fully prepared to contain any Ebola case. Currently, we haven't recorded any of such in the country. Before that, the minority in Parliament on the Health Committee said that, well, we haven't seen anything much when it comes to the fight or how best we are preparing for the Ebola thing and all that. But it looks like the way things are going, we are recording a lot more cases. We've recorded over 1,000 cases.
Yeah, over 1,000 cases.
Over 250 deaths and all that. So it tells you how serious it is and what Trump would actually be wanting to do in his country by doing what? By not allowing people to move into his country. But that's fine. So we'll be following up that particular issue keenly and we'll be telling you what it is like. If there are comments, let's bring you these comments on what Trump is doing, what people are actually saying about the Trump issue in their areas. Why specifically Kenya? Okay.
I understand Marco Rubio not caring about Kenya. We did not elect him. Ruto is who was elected to take care of Kenyans' interests, but the guy is completely incompetent. Oh, okay. So Ebola is too dangerous for Americans, but acceptable for Africans? That double standard is disturbing. So they want to make sure to contain the crisis disease in the area that is currently located. Well, Kenya has never recorded a single case of Ebola virus, and you want to set up a quarantine center here and not in the DR Congo. How can our government accept to receive foreign Ebola cases? CBS reporting the Ebola facility in Kenya to host Americans affected with Ebola will be ready in a week. Wow. And those are some of the comments on the, but let's stay safe. It's deadly. And you know, there's no cure yet. The vaccine they have is for the previous one. And so it can't do anything. So let's just stay safe.
Stay safe. The next one is the Oyo state in Nigeria faces teacher and student adoption. It's just sad because we saw this story actually making rounds, and it's just sad. So the gunmen raided 3 schools near Agbomoso in Oyo State, kidnapping at least 39 children, including toddlers as young as 2 and 7, teachers as young as 2 and 7. And also, one teacher was killed in the captivity. Heartbreaking proof of live video show principal. There was a principal there. If you've gone to see that video, it's very, very sad. And the teacher, Mary, begging for rescue along her baby daughter or her daughter. And also the governor in that area has deployed security forces and hinted at negotiations amid bandit demand, while President Tinubu sent top officials and approved forest guards. Public outrage led to a teachers' strike starting June 1 and widespread protest. So with this particular strike that has been declared, the Nigerian Union of Teachers has directed all public primary and secondary schools teachers in Oyo State to withdraw their services from Monday, which is today, June 1. The action is in protest against outlined adoption of teachers and students in Oreri local government area of the state. You'll recall that May 15, gunmen stormed Baptist Nursery and Primary School in the Ayota community. Grammar School as well was also attacked, and LA Primary School, all in the Oriri local government area of the Oyo State, adopting teachers, pupils, and students. This is a very sad one. The story goes on. Let's bring you a quick comment on this particular one, then we can move to the next story. This
Philip,
one
before
is
you
very,
move
very
to
sad
the comments, you know, today is International Children's Day, and to see that these children have been abducted is worrying, and it calls for the Nigerian government to take strict actions to address this. It's not exactly the best way to celebrate the International Children's Day. You would expect that children around the world are happy, and you go to school and you fear for your life. You go to school to study. You go to school to play with your friends, and you're out there and gunmen just come in and abduct you. It's sad. So happy International Children's Day to every child out there.
The children in the government in Nigeria must do something about this. So let's bring you the comments quickly on what really this is about. And this one says that every day Nigerians wake up to a new hardship. The resilience of the people is admirable, but resilience shouldn't be a substitute for good governance. As Ghanaian, I feel so sad. It's true, so sad. Some of the videos are so pathetic. Please come to our rescue. This is very important. And all they did was to go to school that day. They don't deserve this at all. They do not deserve it at all. Another night, and they will be spending the night in the bush. This is so sad. The absolute terror these children and their families are facing right now is unimaginable. Praying for their safe and immediate return. We are in big trouble if we can't step up to this injustice. Well, it's sad. There was a previous one that was a Boko Haram thing, and it came. The children were adopted or they were kidnapped, and the whole issue. I think the government in Nigeria should actually work around it and get to the root cause of this particular issue.
It's becoming too many abductions. All right, now the third one. God no go shame us, Philip.
Oh, yeah, that's nothing.
Hi. But you see, the PSG people, they should enjoy. They should enjoy.
They should
enjoy. Oh yes, they should enjoy. they should enjoy while the win lasts, because we'll bounce back.
Oh no, but actually, when the sports guys come, we will talk more about it. You see, the way they actually rejoiced when they scored the first goal. That's now fun. And there was this video I saw of a couple that they actually allowed the match at their wedding reception.
Yeah.
Because they're Arsenal fans. And when they finished the entire thing, it spoiled the entire event because they lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't allow certain things at your wedding. Yeah, this is a game of chance. So this is a game of chance. You can put the penalties on the screen. Let's see how the penalties were taken by the So you see this one. I don't know which one was missing out. I wish I got that one. The one that anyway, that's fine. You want the sports guys come.
When the sports guys come. But you see, we won't remain like this forever.
Well,
that's what I just want you to know. We won't remain like this forever.
But I'm not against anybody.
Are you sure?
Yeah. What I Arsenal
the way you're even laughing at me is like you're excited we've lost.
Me?
Yes.
No. Hey, if you lose, my boss, Sames, he's lost and my salary is at stake. Please, next time Arsenal, do the need for me. I'm happy that Arsenal won the EPL.
Yeah.
So once they've been able to do that side. So
but the PSG people, they should just bear in mind that we won't remain like this forever.
Yeah, that's right.
Our God.
Yeah.
No go shame us.
When the sports guys come, we will delve deeper into that. There's this one Stonebwoy tweet generate controversy online. Ghanaian dancehall artist Stonebwoy posted a tweet on X and that has Ghanaian fans questioning the motive and reasoning behind his set tweet. So this tweet said these two guys have been what?
They've been faking to each other based on interest and timing, convenience, friendship. Even the devil hates that.
Oh really? So who is he talking to?
But he didn't mention anyone's name.
But people are saying that he's talking to Shatta Wale.
How will you know he's referring to Shatta Wale and Sarkodie?
He's talking to Shatta Wale.
He never mentioned anybody's
But
name.
you see, this is an industry. Whether you hate someone or you love someone, the work must go on. That's how it is. So whether I hate you or I dislike, or whether I like you or I dislike you, the work must go on. And this is showbiz, you understand? So these things are kind of very much needed to ensure that these things try and also help. So there was a performance of Sarkodie and Shatta performing at Kweku Smoke's concert.
Let's check that out.
That's actually what generated this whole thing. By the way, they are friends. This is showbiz. Let's bring you that video. So that's an interesting one there. Shatawari.
Stonebwoy wasn't referring to anyone.
I'm sure maybe he did.
It's the fans, so the fans are the one reading meanings into this tweet.
You see, there's some you need to infer. So it's showbiz. So Charlie, if FO is sitting back then, FO says that.
Why are you looking for trouble for him?
What these two people are doing?
They've
been faking all this while. FO has a point. Let's make a comment on that. What people are saying about that on social media. I literally had to check the profile again and again to be sure it's actually him. Hey. Twitter, that's X. X users checking whether it's
per the account or the actual Stonebwoy.
This is what Efo has decided to set himself up.
He's not set himself up for anything. This one says, we are men. Men don't hold grudges forever. Know this and know peace. It's called collaboration.
Yeah,
you
collabo.
don't have to be best friends with someone to bake bread together.
Well,
I still think Stonebwoy wasn't referring to anyone. He didn't mention Sark or Sarkodie in the tweet. Or Shattawale's name. Yeah. And so the fans, please, don't look for trouble for Stonebwoy. Don't look for trouble for Stonebwoy.
We are inferring. we know that once Efo comes on social media to say something.
Don't look for trouble for him.
No. See. There's no smoke without fire. Something has to spark Efo to say something. So, and you see, it's show business. It's an industry that everyone is trying to, you see, let's keep it active. Let's keep it.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to die. If you've noticed, Shattawale every now and then, Shatta has to do something that will trend a bit. Stonebwoy has to do something that will trend a bit. You can't be in the system and you not trend. You die. You die. Anyway, that's it for trends. Let's bring you this interesting video of the day. You know, JM, John Dramani Mahama, the president.
He's been up to something.
He held a town hall meeting in London. And,
this one, I don't understand.
And JM, being a very smart communicator, he put this one through. Let's show you that.
In a way that ensures that there's no resource crowding and displacement of domestic businesses, especially as a young person with future business ambitions.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your question.
Can you speak slower? Spresh. I don't.
You see,
Take your time, speak slowly.
Please, do it one by one. Thank you.
My name is Bevlin. I'm 18 years old. And my question is, how does Ghana plan to attract more foreign direct investment in a way that ensures that there is no resource crowding, so like raw materials, like employment?
Oh, there's no resource. Can somebody say it in Ghanaian English for me, please?
Okay. And
I heard, how do we attract foreign investment? So that the rest of us
in a way that ensures that there's no resource crowding and displacement of domestic businesses, especially as a young person with future business ambitions.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your question.
Can you speak slower? Spresh. I don't.
You see,
Take your time, speak slowly.
Please, do it one by one. Thank you.
My name is Bevlin. I'm 18 years old. And my question is, how does Ghana plan to attract more foreign direct investment in a way that ensures that there is no resource crowding, so like raw materials, like employment?
Oh, there's no resource. Can somebody say it in Ghanaian English for me, please?
Okay. And
I heard, how do we attract foreign investment? So that the rest of us
in a way that ensures that there's no resource crowding and displacement of domestic businesses, especially as a young...
So that's JM for you. JM.
Hi, co-captain.
Yeah.
How do we ensure that we have a smooth flight on Breakfast Daily?
That's a squish, I don't understand what you are saying. So that's JM for you. Interesting one there. You know, Mama is a very good communicator. As to whether he was taking time to answer, he's thinking of what he's saying. I know Mahama would want to sort of diffuse the system a little and get tensions calmed down. Before that, there were conversations that were on the grounds and all that. Well, we thought of putting this one in video of the day because of the comic part of it. But there are still comments on that. I know people are sharing their thoughts on whatever JM said. Let's bring you the comment if you have them quickly, so that the viewers can also know what exactly the people were talking about and what people are making of Mahama's entire thing. This one said that Mandem is smart. He needed time to think about the answers before answering. Well, you say that. This made me remember speaking with Indian. I had to say, repeat like 10 times low. The president just pulled a fast one, and I said it. He needed time to answer the question. People are actually, because it's not the first time Mahama is engaging for this. Hey, Mr. President, like creating scene or settings.
Settings.
Of course, he has to create settings. So he has to create settings small. And you know, he's actually spoken to a number of people.
Yeah.
He knows that forward, what if he goes for this UN general meetings and all that, he goes for engagement with foreign partners and investors and all that. He hears them talk, and I'm sure that he understands what they are saying.
Of course.
He's just trying to be smart here. This is what I think. I don't really know what the president was actually thinking, but that was an interesting one to sort of create the environment and sort of bring tensions down so that the conversation can continue. Yeah, that was an interesting one.
All right, so let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we will make a stop in the Ashanti region, precisely the Amansie South District. We'll be right back.
This is where stories rise, where strength speaks, and legends are born. Out of hundreds of entries, they emerged as the 10 Channel 1 community legends of the 2026 cohort.
You're 14 years, you're among, people who are...
My name is Daisy Mina Entry, 32.
There's someone who is from Western Lot, Sevi Adofa.
We have it that wherever you travel to, home is home.
10 Channel 1 community legends, 10 powerful journeys, one platform to inspire a nation, from hustle to impact, from struggle to success. Watch them tell it all.
In a place where almost nothing is available.
I have a foundation called Grace on Duty Foundation.
Whatever they are going through is part of the struggle. That should even give them the motivation to learn.
Because I'm a game changer wherever I go.
The Channel 1 community legends, next level stories, real people, real power, real glory. Stay tuned and be inspired only on Channel 1 TV.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel 1 Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support. Okay. There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issue.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel One TV.
Grateful you stay with us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel One TV. It's a Monday, and of course, on the show, we visit communities. Today, we are going to the Amansia South District, where we understand 34 communities within the district are actually facing teacher deficit. And just imagine that you are in a school that you do not have teachers to teach you, and it's going to hold teaching and learning, which is very, very difficult for students there to actually go through. There was this report filed by Ashanti Regional Correspondent Tofik. Let's bring you the report after we speak to authorities and ask them the various questions and maybe find a solution to the problem.
Sustainable Development Goal 4, SDG 4, advocates inclusive and equitable quality education. However, in about 34 communities, including Manso Aboso, Nyame Bechere, Manso Esumenya, Jijetreso, Subrinso, and other adjoining areas in the Amansia South District of the Ashanti region, the goal appears distant. The schools are faced with inadequate teachers, limited information and communication technology, ICT resources, and other challenges that are hindering quality education in these areas. At Esumenya, one of the affected communities, the news team observed that the only school in the area was locked due to the absence of a teacher at about 11 a.m. The school runs from kindergarten to primary 3. Pupils in Esumenya are forced to travel long distance to Aboso to continue from primary 4 to primary 6. Residents say the lack of teachers has become a recurring challenge, causing children to miss lessons for days. They fear the situation will negatively affect learning outcomes and increase school dropout rates.
And so school na nam say teacher for any one. Obi I wa hanu a ohia de kwa na school kwa na nkwa yi a na wa yi na de akwa ba bi. Ama school kwa na ama school na ato nsemu nti mumboa ama school na enya teacher for.
Teachers for no ba munya ba bi antinantia. Mun oba say hari onya dan bi an yede. Hai. So yes as yes say yes teacher quarters. Enya mbo bi an yede. Enfiri ba bia so yes as yes at management level. Any Hondi yere asa. So a bang boy na yede. Na yen torso then teachers for the bar na nyama bia yede.
The situation is not different at Aboso. In this community, a primary school with over 400 pupils has only 4 teachers. Teachers are forced to combine classes, a practice they say undermines effective learning. The headmaster has appealed to government to post more teachers to ease the pressure and improve the quality of education.
We want the government to help us with teachers. We have only 3 teachers, I've already said, and it's making the work very, very hard because we cannot teach every class every day.
In the same Aboso community, the junior high school has 4 teachers handling 9 subjects. The headmaster bemoaned that the shortage is affecting learning outcomes and preparation for the basic education certificate examination.
For this to see, we are facing numerous problems in this school. And the immediate problem is teachers. We are only 4 teachers in this school, handling about 9 different subjects. Can you imagine the stress that we are going through? It is very stressful.
At Nyame Bechere, the situation is similar.
We are currently at Dome Nyame Bechere DA Basic School here in the Amansia South District of the Ashanti region. We understand that 3 teachers take care of 8 classes, which is from KG to primary 6. We want to engage with the headmaster of the school to understand
the situation.
Lack of teachers. We don't have teachers. Looking at KG1 up to class 6, we are only 3 teachers, which force us to combine some of the class, which is very bad. And then teaching ICT without any computer here, which is very bad. So we are pleading on the authority to come in with such teaching and learning materials. But when you want to go to toilet, you have to go to the town. So, and then tipper trucks are also running over here. Sometimes you have to escort the children to the roadside before you come back to the class, which is very bad. So we are pleading on the authority to come in to help us with those amenities.
Meanwhile, the chief of Kenyago, Nana Obim Mensah Abebio II, who also serves as Otunfo Brimpohene, has bemoaned the situation, noting that almost 34 communities within the enclave are affected. He said the situation is negatively impacting education in the area.
School, you know, school na teachers ni. So, enam say, ye pe kuruni yenti. Teacher ni ba kufri aboso sacrifice no se obaba beboa. Community ni timi boa epe teacher ni senka o meboa. No one can ho no mo hwe nkwala no. Ba nam se community ni sika na o mutua no ekopem berebe yi. Onyi sika wa ba mu nti ekoba se teacher ni no ne katua na nko wagie na wo tibia ka sebe de kuro no de na ba be ka ne ho no ho se ono so beboa na ma ne house otwa. Nanso enam se wono nso ni sika no eyeme he oti ba ku team you no nso abambui enu ti amana jai eti so ba asuminya hanemo a sebe ene de teacher ni ba ku pe kan de na teacher ni ya ene de teacher ni ba ku pe na sacrifice say oba beboa enu ti na be sre Ghana ban say education director and education minister say
He further indicated that the community is ready to provide land for the construction of a teacher training college in the area as a long-term solution to the challenge.
Teacher training. Send your bear, you training any young Kuran or Hanamwa. Teacher need be our Hanamwa, one free animals uncle baby.
The assembly member for the area also described the situation as that, calling for urgent government intervention.
Anything concerning about ICT has to go with network. So without the network too, the children cannot, even the BZ, they can't write as compared to people living in Kumasi and then Accra, for instance, because they all write the same subject, then the same paper.
So 34 communities in the Amansia South district actually not having adequate teachers. So this is actually having a toll on teaching and learning. This is sad because in one of the schools it says 400 pupils with 4 teachers. So doing the ratio proportion, it's sort of like 1 teacher to 100 pupils. And you wouldn't want to be in a classroom that you be having 100 pupils, and it doesn't make teaching and learning sort of effective because you need to get them in smaller units so that you'll be able to check someone's progress and monitor what someone is learning. You'll be able to go around. If you've not been able to write one, I'll help you write one. If you've not been able to draw, I'll help you draw. But the 100, oh, that's huge.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Anyway, we have Tofik, our Shanti regional correspondent who filed the report, actually joining us to give us details of what he saw in the community or the 34 communities or the district when he visited the place. Tofik, good morning.
Good morning.
I trust you're doing well.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we are grateful that you joined us with this good story. First of all, I want to find out from you, when you visited the community, tell us about this Amansia South district. Is it a district that sort of has developed or developing, or it's sort of like a deprived district?
Philip, if there is a word that can use, or if there is something that I can say, I will tell you that it's a crippling, district, in a sense that the whole district is absolutely not in a good state of development. Yes,
so,
ranging from roads, from health, from education, and what agriculture as well. So if you ask me, I would tell you that it's a crippling district.
Wow. We've seen most of these places, rural communities, they are sort of food baskets for the country, and they tend to support the country in terms of economy and all that. Amanseh South District, how is it supporting Ghana's economy? I'm asking this because I want to find out from you what really the residents there are into, or the major business that the residents there do run.
Actually, the district is known for farming, but it's also one of the area that mining activity is also, it's also predominant, because we have a very big mining firm in the Amanseh South District, which is the Asanko Mine.
Oh.
And apart from that too, there are other activities like the illegal mining. There are other communities that, even when we visited the community, we saw some of the chamfans in the forest, mining, and it was very, 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 very bad.
Wow. Hi, Tofik Dede here. Beyond the teacher shortages, what other challenges did you see that these 34 communities are facing beyond the teacher shortages?
Okay. These 34 communities are facing health infrastructure, rules, like I mentioned earlier, and then farming as well, because most of the farmers have sold their farmlands to illegal miners, and moving from some of the community to the main hospital in the district is very far. For instance, traveling from the Jetereso through to Kenyago to Manso Nyankumase to Edubia, there is no, clinic on that stretch. The only big hospital in the district is located at Agroyesum, and that hospital too is being managed by a missionary. So moving from Subrinso, Datano, Takrasi to Agroyesum to is very far. So looking at the dimension or the demarcation of the areas, most of the areas do not have chip compound. So it is kind of difficult for them to commute from their community to access healthcare at Agroyesum, which is also near Edubia, the district capital.
Interesting.
And then the community too is having road challenge. The road network in the communities are very terrible. The only asphalted road in the district is within the district capital, which is the Edubia. And apart from Edubia to part of Kenyago to Jetereso is tied, but from Jetereso to Esumenya, from Esumenya to Aboso, from Aboso to Nyamebechre, and there's another community after Nyamebechre which I have forgotten the name. From that areas to there is no tag. Those roads are not tagged. So and then from Takrasi to Datano to Subrinso and other adjoining areas too are not tied. So it is kind of a challenge for the community when it comes to rules. And farming too, like I mentioned earlier, most of the farmers are not, okay with the activities that they are doing, because miners, especially illegal miners, are buying their farmlands to work. So most of the farmers are now, buying the idea of selling their lands to the illegal miners, which is also a very big challenge. And sanitation as well. Most of the communities do not have good drinking water. So it's kind of a challenge for them. And then most of the communities do not have toilets. And, a community without a toilet is very, very, very...
Wow. Taufik, so all these things you've highlighted, that means the community is not anywhere close to developing. Are these things you've mentioned having a toll on, one, education? We've mentioned the teachers not there in their numbers. Doesn't mean that the teachers are not coming to these areas because of the fact that the place is not developed. Is that an issue?
That's the issue. And again, per my interactions with some of the teachers, what they disclose is that renting to is one of the things that they are dealing with.
Is it expensive or less expensive, or they're not getting what they want?
Very expensive.
Whoa.
Yeah, very expensive.
In a community that is not developed?
Yeah, because the reason is that because the community, because of the miners in the community, most of the landlords assume that everybody has money.
Oh, cost of living is high.
Living is very high. Even I decided to even board, commercial transport from Kwabriso to Kenyago. Pragya was charging 20 cedis.
Wow.
A journey of 20 minutes. Pragya was charging 20 cedis. So imagine.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked how the place hasn't developed, and it's a mining community. And I've seen a video of one gentleman whose name is Gretu Sama there. I think he owns a hotel in the area, and I don't know how he's also not helped in developing the place. But what has been the message you've gotten from, one, the municipal assembly, and also the member of parliament for the area? What is their plan to ensure that at least teachers come to this place? And is that also having a toll on school dropout? You want to go in with that?
Yeah. So, Taufik, what is the school dropout rate in these communities? Do you find more children dropping out of school because of the teacher deficits in these 34 communities?
When we visited a community like Esumenya, at 11 a.m., the school was locked.
Wow.
And the question I asked was that, why is the school locked? And some of the residents told me that because they don't have teachers, most of the students end up, assisting their parents in farming activities, and some also go into mining. Assuming a child at age 9, 10, 11, 12 being involved in mining, it's very dangerous, because one, the health implication on the child. Two, it's very risky, because at that age, what can the child do? So looking at the dropout, when you enter some of the classrooms in Aboso and Nyamebeche, you can clearly see that most of the classrooms were empty. Most of the classrooms were empty. And what the teachers told me is that because they don't have adequate teachers, they end up not coming to school at all. Because even if they come, there is no teacher to teach them. So the dropouts is also on the rise in the community, because you see some of the children, loitering around during school hours. So the dropouts in the community is very high. One, because there is a mining, because the community is known as mining area, and then because there is no teachers too, they feel like we will not go to school, because even if we go, we are wasting our time.
Yeah. Tawfiq, thank you so much for your time. We are grateful. Tawfiq Mohammed is our Ashanti regional correspondent, and he brought us that story from Amansie South District, and actually 34 communities, and the issue is very, very bad. But fortunately, we have the Member of Parliament for the area, Yao Frimpong Ado, who is MP for Mansour Dubia, and actually joining us. Good morning, Honorable. Good morning, sir. I think Honorable, can you hear me? Hello. Okay, we are working around the lines to get the Member of Parliament for the area on the line so that he can actually share with us what really the issues are. Maybe there could be a problem there that has to be solved. What Tawfiq actually said, he said a number of things. The place not developing because I feel the people are not seeing what they are supposed to see on the ground, or cost of living there, which is very high, is forcing the teachers out not to come there. Mind you, when you go to a mining community or you visit a place that is a mining community, you definitely see that cost of living is certainly high because we get small gold, we are able to sell, we get money. People are into illegal mining activities, making like 500 Ghana cedis a day. So imagine I'm making 500 Ghana cedis a day, and maybe in the month I work for like 15 days or 20 days. 500 times 20 should be like 10,000 Ghana cedis. And I'm in a community where I know that I can afford for any little thing. I'll be able to pay a landlord like 5 years rent, and I do not care about it. But it's making life sort of difficult. Maybe the education sector or the education director there would have to explain to us what really the issues are, though we are working around the lines to get them. Fortunately, we have Nana Obeng Mensah Abebiu, the second chief of Domi Manso, and also Otun for Brimpong, who is actually joining us. Good morning, Nana. Nana, good morning. We are still working around the lines to get Nana on. Nana Otemenka, good morning.
Yo, so.
Okay. Nana, want to find out from you first. Asemna mukromuno about teachers no mumba hono. Asemna ne saying give us details of that particular issue. I don't think teachers no mumba mukromo.
Yo, openi meda wase. Yeah, tier wo ye Amansie Hasino. Na ye wo Amansie West District. Ana yechi mu a yebenya Amansie South District. Amansie South District. Asa na wo ya be ka say yeni education director wo Amansie South District.
Oh, okay.
Inti Amansie West director ono an sanhwe Amansie South District no education level. Na your problem nyina ne say eyam impesua isu a me we me na Obeng Mensah me kura nkrutuo aduasanan. Nkrutuo aduasanan no aban school will be aso. Na ye femu aye wo hawo kase ma ye teachers. Sabi eburu oba me kuro aye mahin kuro aye friend no Kenya Goa. Me wo RC primary aye government na me wo DA primary and JSS. Ebia wo primary and JSS. Me no wo kase so oba Kenya bu DA teachers e wo ho no mo primary to JHS no omo ye 7. Ana wo ko RC nso a omo ye 6.
Maybe also primary to JHS, 7 teachers.
Kenya go omoye 7.
Wow.
Na community no ana atena se ya fa youth no nkura na omuwie SS no. We are na community na fa wo mo na yetua wo mo ka.
Se kwatra de.
Wo bo teachers no. Na yani yaketua ye de ma wo mo no. Sabe eburu enam se ha sei akoye mani area ti. Sika yani yetua de ma wo mo no. Se nipa na kwabo teachers na ochina ne na de kyen ne wajai adaye a sika ni so
okotu gala
mse ana ukọ bikuno bi ti se asuminya from KG akopim P3 na teacher ni ba akokura ni ho na aboso ana na teachers ni bi won teacher ni ba akọ na aba ho no mo a wo hwe from KG akopim P3 ukọ asuminya me wo schools wa and so from KG equipping pieces and the teachers over here too.
Wow.
me pursue you so dear so ba teachers who kwacho na ni enti ama teachers no omo eba wo mo ntina no edi kan ya accommodation sabi eburu ye hwe ha say na enam say akoye mani area enti omo bibia wo soro enti say dan rent na wo kwa teacher ni ba wo kwa ko ha dan no sabi ebia ne busumi mienu na ode betu aka
nti efa ne say single room e wo mo ho no sen
I have 4,000
single room
4,000
for a month and I say for a year
1 year
4,000 single room
4,000
hey
en corona one me mechi na susa no na bi de year 2,000
ada air condition mu ana
there be air conditioning enti me ma fa to me ho so a me ne me man ma no oba keni abo ya city church quarters kwabna so teachers quarters jeje trace wa start ayema start esama start kwanche abo start a me ma hye wo mo se obia en city teachers quarters sani e be ya teachers ne ba wo mo ho be high wo mo wa ha na the program ni say sabi eburu teachers na wa ha no kran sanso na education directors no obi pa no wo kwa ne asama ne kwan ama ne ko na problem na ye kan nyina no me na no be mensa bebi ma fact no so say government mu ayen na yensu yenya teacher training awe yen pesua iso ha sani ye be ya yenia ye mabunu no mu ha ne benya mu kwan sabi na wo makọ entitiyem na wo wi a wo de asom mensini no e to so biem ye be san boy ye ne say education no teacher education wa ha say pass wo mo ko out wa services no ye be chew ma schools na wo ha no so said ye be ya tembia no wo benya kwan na wo matimi enya nimdia na wo de beboa ye nkwada no na me ka say ye ma ban mrepi ye wo school bi wo ho no ma na afre no subin so kwabena so JHS say school no ya se ama subin so fo asi wo mo de ama kwabena so fo asi wo mo de enti sa area no land ni nyina wo ho no mu a classrooms no wo ho enti kakra government betimi di aboye dormitory say ye betimi di after teacher education no e wa ha no mu a e benya tetiye e wo ye ne ye mpasua so amanse south and west e betimi abebo aye say ya mo abaya mo aye ne say wo di teachers ne bakura no a the same problem minimum say be eburu ye beta face biem
yo nana Nana, asemi eya ahomete esan say nkwala no omodache honsem na yeke na me pa cho muni educational directorate wo Amansie South muni omwe din kita ho regarding this issue
yo edikan dia me meda wasene say sabi bru CS for no mo say make us education director bi any one no education director no wa man say west and so your post teachers kura no a me gidi say just man say west here man san bi aba man say south and now we so mo ma yenya education director wa man say south wa ono de be one issue no akwai obefa so say nkwai mo ko kire exam see a big problem man say south say obi wa hono mo a owo krom ebi a wo mampon ebi a wo joso ana kumase papro na na wo kwotwere the teachers no eso wo mo ana man self out JHS bi wo kura na teachers ni 3 ebi wo mo so be ye de no mo so timi aboa nkwala no ama nkwala no so timi akwotere atwa akora bi wo wo nim di anka onya kyerɛkyerɛ ni akobetimi asua de na ko akyiri ba na me kyerɛkyerɛ ni no ani hono mo nti entibi man kwara ne kwan emma ne hye wo mu se omunsua de etitem bia results beba no na ekutia amanse south
nana mining companies no more ho no omo fa nto omo ho so se eja ombetumi afa cost ne kakra se teachers ne ba ombeso omo kakra se ye chawo salary mum nanso fact say ye mining ejuma wa ha ne ntina ma nyama aboa ye de wo ho ne nti ye betua amamo sika kakra na se omo nya bibisa so mbeboa
that was it. Mining companies in there, Omoni district, edi nsawoso an kasasie tembia. Omudin kita ho. Na menji ni se e wo plan mu ana wo mo hihye ye mu se omo ti bibi de aboa teachers no. Bibi kuro ya ye wei. A me de me fato me ho so no. Me ne me man mu na ahia se. yamwa teachers no ye ja wo mo said the aban do ma ba ne nko na emra meboa sabi e dia ho kire beba na mani companies ne de sabi ye wo du kura no a ye nam so yi
asai
mani company wa ha enso ye wo do ye nam so ni nyina anye we saving kake wa senka district ni se wo mo brano say enko nye reshaving no nanka yanso ye te ya ne ye ho ha ye sabi ni nyina no o mo din kita ho na mom ye de e ba fo de a ye hu anano ya wo mama so te mani company mama so anti say wo mo ni district akosi ya say on be fu sabi machines ya government old government ne de buy ye no
drip machines no
na ko mo de ye reshaving na reshaving na wo mo ye no engro de bi wo no mo a enso wo mo so
wow
enti se ense bi wo ho ana se ye betimi ni mani company na hia ne ya ntutu ye pa se e bi a SRF ana se sika wasi ye de bua ye ni nananom ye mensini no ye fa bi ngura education mu a eno de e bi a afei ne betimi no matena se akansa asem no
nana
na eni ho dada
nana ida se pa o ye da se oni atwetwe nkomo nana obin mensa baby the second is chief of Dom Manso and is also tune for Brimpon Hene of the area, and this morning he's actually brought out a tree out of us, but interesting one. I like he said a number of things, maybe a little translation for the people who do not speak a tree or do not understand the tree. He mentioned that the place isn't developing, though there are mining companies there and people are doing their mining activities there. There's a pull and a push factor.
Yeah.
The pull factor is that they are getting the students or people who are sort of educated, who are indigents, to go and teach.
Yeah.
But the illegal mining is pulling them because they are sort of making a lot more money in that particular trade than the teaching. Now, the push factor is that teachers who are posted to the place do not stay because accommodation is expensive. And I'm asking him that, how much is the rent for a single room? And he says it's 4,000 a year. Doing my calculation, it's somewhere 333 Ghana cedis a month. 4,000 divided by 12. Yeah. And you're asking yourself that how much is the teacher being paid, and he or she would be able to afford or pay 4,000 Ghana cedis a year. I don't think there is any incentive for teachers who go to that. So that's what I'm asking him, whether the mining companies are also helping in that regard. So that is the big problem there. The reason why you wouldn't find teachers there. The little they have are running away because of high cost of living, and the indigenes there who are also supposed to help the younger ones learn are also being pushed into illegal mining because they are making more money from that area.
And you know, he mentioned that he has a land to give for the construction of it.
An accommodation?
Not accommodation. He said training.
Oh,
college.
yeah, just teacher training school. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, instead of using that for the training college, why don't you use that to sort the accommodation challenge? Yeah.
Well, from where I sit, and maybe what I got from him is that if you're able to train you here, you'd be okay with our system already, and you'd want to stay and help teaching and learning. But another issue too is how many teachers will you train, and eventually they're like, still the situation is still high, so they would want to run away. And again, how many teachers can you accommodate? So it needs to be sort of like a collective effort from the mining companies, because one is the mining companies that have actually made prices there go high. For instance, you live in a community where there are universities. You get accommodation going very high because the students are actually paying hostel fees, exorbitant amount and all that. So you would be compelled as a landlord to also shoot up your price. And that is what is happening in the Amanse South district now that they are having illegal money. Because the gold person, when he goes to do the gold and he gets more money, he can afford for the accommodation. But the teacher, how much is he being paid?
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's a bigger problem. I like them. And another one too, he says that there isn't a directorate in the Amanse South
is just
district.
A caretaker.
Yeah, because it's coming from Amanse West.
So he can't do much.
Yeah, so a number of things must be checked for these communities, 34 communities. And mind you, he also made mention of the fact that when the students were going to write the BEC, and I was saying that Ghana is not only Accra. When they were going to write the BEC, they faced challenges, not getting teachers to actually take them through. And imagine you are going to write BEC and you do not have a tutor, someone to lead you, to actually champion the course for you to learn A or B or C, or even learn 1, 2, 3. You do not even know whatever you are going to do. It's also a very, very big problem. So maybe the Education Ministry would have to check it. GES would have to check it. I know at the point you spoke to Dr. Clement Apak on this, and I'm sure he will take his attention to that place. The mining companies also help because you are there to tap the gold.
Absolutely.
And you've also made things very difficult for them. I don't know the conversation you're having with the assembly or whatever, because the chief says that there's some sort of talk there. But we are taking the chief's word for it because he's a traditional authority and a traditional leader, and you want the best for his community. 34 communities, this is not good. So something has to be done about the situation immediately so that we find a lasting solution to the problem. Tofik, thank you so much for visiting that district to actually bring us that story. And this is what we do here. We actually tell the story and also hoping that there will be a change that will be happening in your community. So if you are benevolent organizations as well and you'd want to organize something for this community, sort of volunteer and all that, let's know, and definitely it will be done as well. So today, that's it for the community.
Yes, and so that's where we stopped for our community. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Philip will be sitting with his guests to have a conversation on GIFCON 2026. We'll be right back.
Nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umarusanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
Yes, I am Umarusanda Amadou. This is Face to Face, and you're welcome.
I say very often on the floor of Parliament that when we were in government, we got some things right, we got some things wrong.
Are you still planning to go to Parliament, or you want to look at National Party office position?
No, I'll be going back to Parliament. There's an unfinished business which I need to do.
Sports has 3 legs: development, management, and promotion.
Disintegration is extreme. We do not wish that even on your worst enemy.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umarusanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel One TV.
From Accra to Buenos Aires, from Lagos to London, the world is history. Every player brings a story. Every number means something. Welcome to World Cup Central, only on Channel One TV.
Hello and welcome to another episode of World Cup Central right here on Channel One TV.
Your home of football intelligence with African energy and global perspective. We're taking you beyond the highlights, from powerful eye-opening stats to sharp breakdowns of every qualified nation to insights that change how you see the beautiful game.
Their first appearance was in 1930 and their best finish at the World Cup was 3rd place in 1930. That was a long time ago.
On Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. That was an interesting conversation we just had there from the Amansiet South District, where we're looking at the education system or situation there. Now it's time for us to have a conversation on an upcoming conference. I'm sure you're preparing for that. And this is the Ghana International Petroleum Conference, GIFCON, organized by the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors. In studio, we have two gentleman and a lady. Let me start the introduction. Mohammed Issa, who is Director Policy and Regulatory Affairs from COMAC. You're welcome, sir. We have Evelyn Asari, who is Director Corporate and External Affairs from Seaboard. You're welcome, madam. And also Albert Duncan, who is Deputy Manager Business Development at the National Petroleum Authority, NPA. You're welcome, sir. Let me start with you, Albert. What is this conference about?
So, as you rightly said, GIFCON is Ghana International Petroleum Conference. It began as an industry conference, which was originally organized by the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors, Seaboard, to create a platform for dialogue for the industry. But over time, the conference, its significance and its impact began to grow. So it attracted stakeholders' interest. So in 2018, the conference took a significant step forward when the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition, the National Petroleum Authority, the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, and the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors joined forces as partnering institutions to transform the scope of the event. So this year marks the 7th edition of GIFCON.
Beautiful.
Yes, the 7th edition of GIFCON.
Come far.
Yes, and GIFCON has actually positioned or established itself as Ghana's premier downstream conference in Ghana and across the world as well. Because across the world, there's no downstream conference. Only Ghana that we have a downstream conference. Yes, and this year, what the conference seeks to achieve is to create a strategic platform for stakeholders to discuss industry trends, regulatory development, investment opportunities in the downstream, and operational excellence in the petroleum downstream industry.
Wow, you've told us the journey so far, and actually you mentioned the objective, but I want Mohammed to also touch on the objective of this particular conference in details for us.
With regards to the objectives, as he's already enumerated, I mean, it's a platform which has been created by the partners, which COMAC, Seaboard, and MPA, in conjunction with the ministry, to create a platform whereby investors, policymakers, regulators, and industry players could come together, I mean, to dialogue and share ideas with regards to the downstream sector. And this year, the theme with regard to this year's conference is building a resilient downstream.
Mohammed, hold it there. I want to come to Evelyn. Why this particular theme?
So the theme has been carefully chosen, looking at the current trends in the sector. And this is why GIFCON is that conference. Like my colleague said, the premier conference for the downstream sector. And you need to be there to come and join us in those conversations where policymakers, regulators, in an international community come together to discuss the issues that are affecting our sector, build partnerships, build businesses, get yourself acquainted with the sector and get to know more about what's happening in the downstream. What are the policy trends? What's changing? I mean, we are always talking about fuel prices. Fuel prices today, fuel prices are going up, fuel prices are going down. What exactly goes on in this sector? You need to come to GIFCON.
So that you just be able to understand, so that the commuters will not be saying that you've increased the fuel prices, which is translating into transport fares and all that. Like the meeting the transport unions are having with the transport minister today, they said they are increasing it by 20%. But anyway, I'm sure GIFCON can address all that issue. Let me come to you, Albert. So this event is happening when?
So this event is happening on the 16th to 17th July this year, 2026. It's happening at the Palms Convention Center, Accra, and it's going to bring local and international players in the downstream and across the sub-region and people are going to have insightful discussion, networking opportunities, and business engagements.
Beautiful.
And to climax GIPCON is the second edition of the Ghana Downstream Awards and Gala Night.
Oh.
Yes. And that is going to happen.
Which is happening when?
That is going to happen on the 18th. That is a third day. And that is happening at the Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, Accra.
Beautiful.
Yes. And the awards seeks to promote and recognize institutional individuals in the petroleum downstream value chain who has played a major role in terms of compliance in the industry, in terms of making sure that their sustainable growth as into their businesses. So we look at all these people and we recognize them and award them as such on that day of the event.
Wow, this is interesting. Yeah. But I want to ask you, Evelyn, you mentioned the participants subtly, but who are the participants in this particular conference?
So this conference welcomes a host of industry leaders, policy makers. We have our regulators, the National Petroleum Authority. And then we'll be having students, academic professionals are all welcome to this conference. So it's not just for the downstream petroleum sector alone, it welcomes the broader West African community, the broader African community, and the international community as well.
Wow. So how can one be part of it? Maybe registration or something?
Yeah, by way of registration, you can just go onto our website, which is gipcon.com, and all the packages and all the registration formats will be there for you to just go through just a click, and you'll be done with it.
Interesting. Interesting. I know the boss of MP will be there, Eduji will be there.
Definitely.
Which other dignitaries will be there for this particular event? Oh, you want to take it or?
Okay, so we'll be expecting His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, and we'll also be expecting our Sector Minister, Honorable Dr. John Jenapo, among a host of other great industry leaders and our regulators as well. So we are looking forward to students also joining in to be part of this conference this year. So it's a big platform for you, anyone at all who wants to know more about the sector. If you are in the sector, then this is the platform that you need to actively participate in.
Is it free?
Yes, so we have packages. We do have a free package. We have a free package which is restricted access, and you get the opportunity to be part of select parts of the conference. And all those details are on our website. So when you visit www.gipcon.com, Gipcon, GHIPCON.com, you can get every single detail there.
Wow, interesting. So before we leave, I want to take your final words. Let me start with you, Albert.
And I encourage students to partake in this conference because it's going to be a well insightful conference. So I'm particular about students who want to know more about the petroleum downstream industry, to understand how the value chain works. So I'm very particular about students to join in with the discussion on GIPCON on that day of the 16th to 17th of July 2026.
Beautiful. And Evelyn, you?
Yes. I'm happy he hinted on students participating, and to the businessmen and women, you should participate in GIPCON this year because it could be your opportunity to partner, increase your partnerships, build on your business, and get some innovative international partnerships. And before we go, I'd just like to mention that if you are doing the registration, you're looking to sponsor us, you're looking to exhibit at the conference, you can reach us via email, info@gipcon.com, and then you can call us on 055-822-3678, 055-822-3678, or 054-0121-426. And we are ready and available to assist you with the registration process.
Beautiful. Ahmed?
Yes, sir. Also, as they've already said, they've said it all actually, but there will be other participants. We're looking up to international partners also coming around, and there will be financial institutions and investors, insurance institutions will all be around. So there will be business opportunity. So we encourage all all people to come and participate. I mean, it's open for everyone anyway.
Interesting. So 16th and 17th is the day, 16th, 17th,
and 18th.
July.
18th. Yes,
July.
Yeah.
So that's next month.
Yes,
so be preparing and also visit the details that Evelyn has shared and what Albert has also shared with you, and you should be part of this important event. They have actually highlighted the fact that students should be part so that you understand how the sector actually works. Mohamed Issa, Director Policy and Regulatory Affairs for KUMOG. Thank you so much. Evelyn Asari, Director Corporate and External Affairs from CBOG, and also Albert Duncan, Deputy Manager Business Development from the National Petroleum Authority. They joined us here to talk about the Ghana International Petroleum Conference 2026 that is happening on the 16th and 17th of July. And there is going to be an event that is crowning it all on the 18th of July. So that's it. You've heard it all. Make sure that you prepare for this all-important event. We will take a quick break here. When we come back, you know we have a lot more for you on the show. Do stay with us. And that was an interesting conversation there, GIBCON. Make sure that you are part of it, 16th, 17th, and 18th of July 2026. For now, though, we will have to cross over to Parliament, where the Minority Caucus is having its press conference on the original state of the anti-LGBTQI+ bill. Let's cross over and bring you that feed.
Have it and desire it to sign it. Was that the promise? Was the promise to come and amend, review, mutilate, alterate, dilute the bill before he signs? You all remember. The promise was clear. Vote for me. I will come and sign the bill. On all their platforms, they said, vote MPP out because they won't sign the bill. Vote NDC. NDC will come and sign that bill. They did not say NDC will come and amend that bill. NDC will come and review that bill. NDC will come and delete provisions from that bill and redraft it before we sign. That is a scam, and that is breach of trust. That is deception, and that is hypocrisy. So today, instead of President Mahama to assent to the same bill we passed in 2024, they have changed it extensively, and what they have today is materially different from what was passed in 2024. Substantially different. You can't subject a bill to 22 deletions and 31 insertions, total of 30. You have overhauled it. It's just the title that is the same, and you all agree. So they have totally changed the bill. And now, today, the mighty minority in Parliament and the good people of Ghana are asking, what informed the NDC's change of mind? What informed their change of mind? Their sudden change of position? If the old bill was truly ready for President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to sign, and if they sincerely believed in that bill, why was that same bill not placed before